With the war between Amaranth and Dianthus settled, the entire world turned its gaze towards Amaranth as the center of it. The 24 years that followed were filled with innovation and advancement, rocketing Amaranth centuries into the future, and every individual the world over clamoring to Amaranth to accept a bond and become as gods. Change does not come without its share of growing pains, however. Various guilds, groups, and orders, underground cults, and organizations plot in the shadows to destroy the dungeon, the gods, the divers, and Amaranth itself, and perhaps the world. Among those groups, one of the most outspoken, the Blooming Blades, have been spreading word of the sin of creation, the very definition of the original sin created by the primordial humans in Alticia's history, made manifest in the gods' ashbonds. An easy way out, and a permanent brand against the human ascent to Alticia's graces once more. Welcome, travelers, to the Dragonleaf, the tea house where tales are told. Sit on down, and let's tell some stories, shall we? If you like the content, feel free to leave a tip in the tip jar. A like in the tip jar, you can tip us if you want, and subscribe to our weekly tales. Leave a comment in the suggestion box to tell us how well we did or how well we did not. And thank you so much for listening. Without further ado, it's time to open up shop.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
They can come partake in our taint.
Oh, no. You can't use that out of context.
So out of context.
Oh no.
Dragon Age. Nothing.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. The water.
Being
No.
a resident gay, I could not help but.
What is it? Like, how many pieces of paperwork do you need to sign to become the resident gay? Is that...
What did it take to get the residency?
Yeah. It must be a while. It's a lengthy process.
How many
Last
years
time.
of school?
It's a
Are
lot
you the
of,
only gay in the village?
Consider, well, in this village, yes, of like 1, 2. I mean, we have other people that are part of the Alphabet Mafia, but I am very much the resident gay.
Nice.
I don't know if there's. Sorry, you mentioned paperwork, and I'm like, I don't think there's paperwork. I think it's just.
I do sincerely appreciate the general thought to the question.
Yeah.
The Deviants entered into the Dungeon of Avarice, and after a brief battle with a toad-headed nobleman, found themselves within the respite of the inn by the wayside of the road. As they awoke in the early morning, they were ambushed by one pretending to be Steelan McGurmick, who fled the scene. They resolved the mystery of the inn, and at the end, Astrid appeared and fled the inn. Continuing down the roadway, they found themselves chasing after Astrid until they came by a windswept farm fields, a dense forest, and a town in sight. The tone of a bell heard far into the distance guiding them. Vincent went to scour the town to discover it is filled with undead. And as Matilda discerned some secrets from the book Mama Mel and Pom Pom definitely did not give her, the Deviants shacked up in an abandoned carriage, reinforcing it with Killian's expertise. A phantasm of a servant boy appeared in the roadway and waited as Astrid approached and Jojo investigated. The two spoke, the ghost child and Astrid left for the village after some form of revelation. The family gave chase, and as they found themselves sneaking into the village via a waterway on the side of the wall, they came face to face with a boneless sack of animated human flesh that slumps its way towards them, screeching out loud. Roll initiative.
Adrian, you have such a way with words.
Sorry
I
about
like
that.
it.
No, like, I legitimately meant that as a compliment, because, like, you could have been like, it's a spooky ghost, and it would be like, yay! But then it's like, it's disgusting, and I'm like, ooh.
I do like, we should play a campaign that's just like super chill like that, like, it's a spooky ghost, you died. That was like, yay!
We do.
I feel like we tried to do that, and then a brain devourer still punched holes through Lightsong's head.
That's very true. A brain devourer? An intellect devourer?
Yeah,
Technically,
sure,
it was just an ordinary lion, guys. There's
Oh,
nothing strange about its tendrils. Those are just
I
lion
can't
tendrils.
believe I was there for that, like, episode.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was, like, freaking out while cooking in my kitchen.
It was the only episode we ever recorded as well, which was very funny.
You guys will never see it. I apologize.
Sorry about that, everybody.
My initiative was shit.
Yeah, mine like teetered on a 16 and then
yes.
just like inverse fell over on a 3, and I was like, that's not how dice work.
Oh, hold on. Let's see how Killian's was. Did she roll a natural 20?
19.
One away.
Oh, come on. Dirty 20,
Mm.
1.14. Ooh. Dice rolls do not work when you include decimals.
I mean, I'm not that sad. You have to keep him humble and like some humility. Can't always roll natural 20s.
Can't even
Damon.
say it.
Hey, Vincent's the only one in the campaign that has rolled dual natural 20s twice.
Oh,
I will say this
man.
right now. If you guys have the capability of rolling natural 20s at all times, feel free. I mean,
How about-
I love it.
How about you get on my level and roll a natural 1 on advantage? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Adrian, you say you would love that, but we had some dice that were pretty cracked last campaign, and you were very upset with that. So
No,
I
I
don't
was-
know how you. I know
Not
what
at all.
you mean, but like,
There was a
Man,
couple
was I
sessions where it was
sad?
like, well, I do nothing and I sit here.
At current, your plan?
I believe our plan was for JoJo to just run past these and provoke all their attacks of opportunity, right?
Something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, like that's fine. I think we like
run.
we were still following Astrid. I don't think anyone wanted to like stop
Yeah,
or go
she went like
backwards.
over
No.
here though.
And I wasn't really feeling taking like that many pot shots because then we couldn't dash as our action.
Mhm.
Was my concern.
So we're making mad dashes at this point. Is that
I
the
was
plan?
to chase
Yeah,
after Astrid.
You can disengage as a bonus action, right? With your goblin.
I
Probably
can,
yes.
but that won't necessarily help my mount. I don't think.
Oh, I forgot
think-
about.
I think in that case, it would make it so that as we go by people, if I used my bonus action to disengage, they could only hit my mount, which isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking you're
It's
like the
not
only
ideal.
one who's in front of JoJo, so you could run past. Except, Blade B could still get got.
Just watch undead have like unlimited opportunity attacks.
Oh boy.
It attacks you, and it attacks you, and it attacks you, and it attacks you. Are you dead
I'm
yet? No,
thinking-
it attacks you.
The worst thing that could happen is if these things have a grapple that goes along with their attack.
Oh no.
That's my
Vincent did
concern.
let you guys
yeah.
know that some of them did have arrows, like bows.
The skeletons on the wall, right?
Yeah, so there could
Not
be
the
other ones in the
flesh bags.
city that have long range weapons.
The creature
Um,
begins to slump in towards you. Paka begins in the initiative order. Do you wish for him to do anything?
Oh. Okay, Baka.
We'll probably just have him run
If
forward.
he can get over here and then make sure he sees where what's her face Astrid is going, that would be good.
He turns and looks towards you all as he just begins to run full tilt. Just dashing past this figure that just like just moves in an attempt to see him, but he rips past down the stone walkway. And he used his action to dash, so at the beginning of his next turn, he will use his action to perceive in order to scan the surroundings. At current, he does not see Astrid.
Hmm.
As combat begins, Killian, you are up.
When the fleshy thing slapped at him, was that an attack of opportunity, or was that him like?
No, it was
being
just
immune
like-
to them?
It was just watching him pass by, and it was just too quick for it to even react.
Okay. So, I'm gonna cast a spell that I hope will pay dividends. I'm gonna target, cast it, consume spell. I don't think this needs to have a thing.
I cast Badass Artificer and I ride my mount into the
I
sunset.
guess I'll roll this anyway. I'm not sure why I'm doing it though. I think it's just to apply the effect.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. So I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Bladebeak, so that if something tries to attack it,
Woo!
they have to make a Wisdom save, and if they fail, they have to attack something else within range, which is me. But you know, it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
And then
That's good.
as I guess as an action, I will disengage as Killian. So that I can't provoke attack of opportunity, and then Bladebeak will run his full distance, which is something that I will tell you as soon as I have this sheet open. 40 feet.
40, yeah.
Yeah. And is it able to dash? Let me double check just to make sure I'm not.
I think
doing
Bladebeak
more
only
things.
uses the dodge action unless you use your bonus action to give it the command to dash. But I could be incorrect there.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, so it does take the dodge action, which is great. Yep. No, you're totally correct. So it dodges and it runs 40 feet forward.
So you can move from your or Bladebeak's position, and I'll just shuffle you. Actually, you can just move, and I'll currently make Bladebeak pass by you. We'll keep the token there just so you can have it as reference. But you are currently mounted.
All right, I run next to Paka.
You just hop on and just slam through with solid stone movements, or solid metal movements against packed stone floor. And you end up next to Paka, who's this tiny little lizard looking up at this massive, just backlit, solid steel bird just standing majestically. And he's just like, taps a few times. At the end of your turn, anything with the rest of your actions?
I guess with my passive perception, do I see Astrid, or do I just see this guy over there?
As you glance around, you see that on the rooftops in the distance, there are a few skeletal archers who are standing and just kind of like right now listlessly looking around, but just like heads kind of cocking in various different directions. As you begin to move down the pathway with the sound of Bladebeak, they just both turn their attention towards you and jump into the fray.
All right. That is I.
That is you. You make your way in. Jojo, you're up.
I feel like, oh no, it's working again. I goofed trying to plan my movement ahead and then realized you guys could all see that. And I was like, oh no, all the garbage on screen. 40 feet. I'm dashing. Hit me.
It does. What do you currently have on you? Are you raging?
No, I'm not raging.
No? Okay.
AC 15? I'll
As
have
you-
on me. You mean like effects wise?
Yeah. I think
Okay,
you're pretty
nothing.
much clean, right? Yeah. The creature just reaches hands up, slams down upon you. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you see these two arms just wrap around your body and begin to crush you. But you kind of slip through and you begin to move. I need to check one thing.
See if it's got a grapple attack.
Something maybe related to that.
The sanctuary thing, if he fails the sanctuary save, it means he didn't take the attack at all, right? So he did not use his reaction.
You do not have Sanctuary on you?
When
Yeah,
Bladebeak ran past.
they didn't make an attempt.
Yeah, that's what I
against
thought. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
It doesn't-
they at that moment they couldn't. As you attempt to leave its threatened range, you run in, you run past, you feel those arms wrap around your body and just begin to pull in with this just crushing embrace, and the body just from the ground slumps forward, holds onto you, and you feel your legs crush together.
Damn it.
You are grappled.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Not restrained by mistake. You are grappled. You are currently held in place here. You have used your action to dash. Anything with your bonus action?
Nah, I'm not gonna rage.
Alrighty. It is now the creature's turn. You hear around the corner, as Paka is running, you hear this like fell mist begin to arise, and Paka says, "A fell mist," as he points over towards the side. The creature. Sorry? I'm sorry. Just off to the left here.
Okay.
Slightly, you can't see whatever it is that seems to be causing this, but you can kind of begin to hear the wisping of the wind that Paka calls out towards you. Jojo, you need to make a saving throw, please, and thank you.
What saving throw?
Strength saving throw.
I have a question. What do you mean by fell mist? What does that mean?
There is like an ill omen in the form of a dark smoke that is appearing off to the side.
Okay, thank you. I was okay.
I felt much more descriptive. Jojo,
14.
as the creature begins to attempt to constrict you, with just the strength of your body, you begin to push back, and you can see your hands kind of just pushing out like fingers attempting to break through a balloon. But as you continue to push, you remain restrained. But that crushing damage, just the body loosens that ever so slightest bit. It is then going to attempt to... Actually, no, I'm sorry. You hear the sound of slumping, just coming from the door in the building just to the right side over here.
Oh no.
And you see two creatures jump up from the side of the stone wall, just off to the side. They just clambering up the side of the stone, now hold themselves on the side of the wall, and with these small little daggers, go and attempt to take pot shots at Killian as they appear before you. One moment.
If they go to hit the mount, it'll be a wisdom saving throw.
Sounds like they're coming right for me.
They can absolutely shuffle around, actually. They're going to go here, and as they see you passing by, Killian, looking around, they just attempt to do 2 brief stabs. This one is actually going to attempt Paka, and that one's going to attack you.
You know how healthy Paka is? Like, he's a mule, not a diver, but do they get some decent HPs?
He
Or
was
are they
almost
squishy
once
boys?
crushed by a small sack of potatoes.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Adrian, what are you doing?
As they jump up with advantage on this ambush attack, you see these, they're not daggers, I'm sorry, they have these like spiked clubs at the end, and as they appear, they just slam down towards you. One manages to crush into your side, Killian. Paka just dodges off to the side for a brief moment, and then you see sweat begin to pour down his brow, and he's like, I can't do that again. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 points of piercing damage as they just slam you with these vicious clubs.
All right.
It is then going to attempt to do the same. But
2
now
and 3,
Jojo
right?
and
5
Killian.
total.
That is 5 total.
Okay.
They're going to attempt the same series of attacks, but this one shuffles down to the side slightly. And this one remains within your threatened range. 1 against Killian, 1 against Jojo. The 2 clubs come swinging in aggressively, but Jojo, with the creature kind of currently grappling you, that one manages to slam into your front through the creature that just goes... The piercing goes directly through this just loose and wet skin. And Killian, you manage to dodge out of the way on Bladebeak as it just tings off the metal armor. Jojo, you take...
Can I react and have Bladebeak try to interpose with the one attacking Jojo?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What does that grant? Disadvantage on the attack roll?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be the first roll. In that instance, as Bladebeak's little wing kind of flaps out on the side and just extends, catches the side of this wooden spiked stick and just bounds it backwards, both of you are missed.
Nice.
The fell mist begins to apparate off to the side, and Paka says, Oh, it's like a guy. As this individual moves over, you see, holding a long-bladed staff with various different ornate spikes of metal on the end, just begins to rise into the air.
Can we see him over the house?
Vincent, you cannot see it. Matilda cannot see it. But Jojo and Killian, you now see this individual. Brings the hand up, and you see this pale blue energy rip into its fingers before it launches 2 crackling beams of eldritch energy.
That looks like a lich if I've ever seen one.
Ew, that's my move.
It definitely put you guys against like a CR18. I thought that'd be fun.
I
I was really
it's a
tired of this
baby
campaign,
lich.
so
It's a
as
baby
the crackling energy flies in towards you, let me actually go ahead and do this.
Liches are more about like, just slapping people until they stop moving.
If you
That's
look
what
at a
I heard.
lich, you see him standing there with this like just absolutely beautiful staff, and then he shows up and he just kind of stop it, go away. And then you do. You don't know why, but you do. Jojo,
Yes.
with advantage on the hit, you are hit by one crackling blast of energy, and Killian, you once again manage to dodge out of the way atop your faithful
grappled?
steed.
Just so you know, Adrian, grapple doesn't give advantage. That's restrained.
He has advantage for a different reason in this
Okay,
moment.
cool.
I did say grapple, but my apologies. As you stand, you take 6 points of force damage. Let me double check this. Sorry, I got off my train of thought, so I'm just trying to pop back onto it. Force damage.
How could you?
Yeah. The figure
no,
then
I'm
begins
almost
to...
out of temporary hit points.
Guys,
Oh,
don't
don't worry,
the
you
DM.
will be out of temporary hit points eventually.
Do you not see the situation we're in? Please
I know, it's bad.
No, please, no, keep going. I do
The
love
door
that.
opens
Like,
and an actual lich comes
I'm
out.
sitting here
Adrian,
being like,
kill
oh no, they're
me.
in danger, and JoJo's like, bitch. This is
Yeah,
kindergarten.
What's wrong with you? Adrian killed me 3 times last campaign, and
I
one was with a
know.
branch.
To be fair, you killed you one of those times.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. Vincent, you are up.
Fuck. I think he's gonna step over here just to get some lookage, and then he's gonna be like, this is not good. I still don't see. So I think running's not in order, guys. We should probably regroup and maybe retreat.
Yeah, that'd be great. He just won't grapple.
I hear banging coming from this door, right?
You do indeed.
Okay, Vincent is going to back up. I can't move. Can I go here behind these trees?
You absolutely can. It's just difficult terrain, but as you shuffle backwards, you find yourself in the center of these small bushels of trees.
Completely obscured. Vincent is going to turn into a zombie. He's going to look like one of the zombie dudes that he saw before.
Okay. As you cast this spell over yourself, the energy begins to pour over you, and you assume the form from the top down. Or actually, how does your spell look for? I'm casting disguise, I assume.
Yeah, disguise self. Vincent just like, let's see here. It's disguise self is verbal and semantic. So it's just like some ghostly whispers, and then he kind of like does this, and as he does, and he moves his hand over his face, there's just like, it's like going into shadow and then coming out, and he changes.
Call that the hexadecimal.
Yeah.
Kind of. A little bit, yeah. Less creepy.
It feels so
Obviously, it
weird
still
that
beats
people won't
everything.
understand that reference.
I
don't understand it.
So, and then he's going to take.
I will fill you in. I will fill you in.
Okay.
Because I can't see anything. He's gonna step back out and go here.
So in this instance, it was 10 feet to go in, and a second diagonal would make that 15 feet. So you are currently now you have 5 feet of movement left.
Okay, and then he'll step here. I can't move. There you go. Hopefully the guy, if he breaks through here, will see Vincent as an ally and want to go around him or something. But he's trying to block line of sight to Matilda. He looks like one of them, and he'll try to act like one of them as well. And then he'll end his turn.
So let me ask you one quick question that may or may not have huge ramifications, but probably not, you know. What does your zombie look like?
It would look like one of these guys.
You're gonna look like a gnoll?
Oh, those gnolls? I thought they were zombies.
They're small, like animalistic creatures, very thin features, but you can see long, distended claws holding onto these spiked clubs. The skull, basically, of a small gnoll.
I'll look like one of the skeleton archers then, and just kind of. I have my bow on me, so I'll hold it up.
Were you able to? Oh, from the walls behind? Perfect.
Yeah. Before.
I picture gnolls look like Tim Burton made the hyenas in The Lion King, and they're just like really weird and anthropomorphic and gross.
And like they've lost a lot of their fur.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Absolutely perfect. At the end of your turn, Vincent, the 2 skeletal archers take aim towards the group. Who is the most visible? One towards Paka and one towards Let's see. Ooh, you're quite at disadvantage. This one's going to shuffle over slightly.
They are.
Should I roll a deception check or performance?
At current, that would take your action. But as you are moving out, you moved in, you moved out, you look like a zombie right now. They don't seem to be paying too much attention to you at the moment.
Okay.
But as they take aim, that will be one towards Paka and one towards Killian. Pulling back, just
sanctuary on Paka.
lazily pulling back on the bows, aiming up and vroom, letting loose 2 shots with their short bows. As the arrows fly in through the open air, landing down towards the 2 of you, Paka is struck. One of the arrows just slams in through, pinning the side of his backpack strapped to his shoulder, and it just sinks in relatively deep, and he pulls back. Is bloody, not dead. Killian, the other arrow, ting, slams off Bladebeak as Bladebeak just boom, slams it away in midair. And Matilda, you are up.
Okay, so I don't want to be meta, but I would know that I saw Killian get attacked, and I saw that it was Eldritch energy, and I probably could determine that the angle that the energy hit, that the person was up above. I'm assuming?
Absolutely. You actually saw the trajectory of it coming from.
Yeah.
If you want to try and be like, I want to triangulate this, like, then that might require an action. But because you have keen mind, sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm not trying to make it so that I could attack that person. I just want Matilda to be able to rationalize me wanting to move her here. Oh. Kind of like here and then kind of under here. So she's kind of like underneath the roof a little bit.
There is no under in that section. The roof is only like an inch of overhang. It's just wall
okay,
otherwise.
I understand. Sometimes it's hard to tell if the building's like a little bit in and the roof's not, but she was just trying to look for a little bit of above cover. But I guess there's none. That's okay. No worries.
You would notice that Vincent went into the trees here and then a skeleton archer came out. So like he could still be in there. That's also covered.
She would have also heard the spell components. They weren't done stealthily.
You've also done weird shit before, so Matilda's like, that's that part. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Eldritch Blast one of them. Right. Give me a moment. I always forget what I'm doing after after a week. Oh my gosh. Okay. Eldritch Blast. Hey, I targeted them. Oh, okay. Fine. Here and attack.
If you're, are you attacking the one that's past Jojo?
Yes.
Okay. It will have additional AC because you're shooting through. Technically, it's the boneless is on Jojo, so I'm just going to count that as one medium creature, so it'd have +2 to its AC.
Is that because it has cover?
Because you're shooting past someone to hit to it.
Oh, but you have the ignore
that's
cover
what I mean.
one.
I have the ignore cover
absolutely.
Wand.
Perfect. Thank you for the
So
reminder.
it's just normal?
Absolutely. He will not have the
it
bonus.
ignores
The bonus AC.
2/3 or lower cover.
Right.
I don't know what that is. I like that though. Cool. That hits. 21. Go ahead and roll damage. Pull back that crackling energy, shoot it, loosing it from the wand. It flies forward and just kind of bounds around Jojo, slamming into the creature behind. 6 points of damage. Heavily bloodied.
And then as my bonus action, I am going to use my last one, but I don't want... It's going to be a long time before I can do it. I am going to cast Healing Light. Trees, okay. Love my little baby. Yay!
Ooh, good healing.
Heal my
6
love.
points. As you heal Paka, there we go. I almost killed him again. As you heal Paka, the arrow literally just like slowly just gets launched out of the wound and it closes completely. Throws a feather away. Thank you,
Yes.
mysterious bird.
Oh, yep.
And at the-
Get out of here. Go hide.
Okay. Where? Over here. Paka turns and just jumps, landing in the trees and just disappears.
Okay.
Killian, you are up.
All right. This thing's bloodied.
Indeed.
All right. Bonus action to command Bladebeak to attack it, which will happen after I go. I'm gonna. Both of these archers are aware of us. Killian takes a moment to consider her options before just kind of like shrugging and pulling out her gun.
Yeah.
It's going to be loud. It's going to probably cause more problems than it'll solve, but it's kind of the only thing she's got to deal with this guy.
You sound like an American.
All right. Here goes an attack. Pew.
I feel like that's how the American Revolution was started. It'll cause more problems, but here we go. Pew pew.
All right, 13 damage. And you know what? I'm gonna Fury of the Small.
That happened so fast. So
17 damage.
17
to the
damage, my
flying
goodness.
Wizard.
Yeah, you literally just like, pull the gun up, aim, let loose with this vicious musket shot, and as the gunfire rings out into the open air, you can hear just shambling and just things becoming or moving closer to your general location. And that sounds from pretty much all directions. As the launch rings out, you slam into this individual. You did more than... As you bring it down to bloodied, as it's standing, flying in the air, 17 damage. Let me go ahead and roll something for him. 17. Oh, it is... Shit, it is disadvantage on this. Yeah, you let loose that musket shot, slams into the chest. You see a large portion of the chest blow out the back, and it immediately drops from where it is as it loses its concentration and slams into the ground. 3d6 fall damage as well.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
An additional 12 points of damage as it slams into the ground. Its bones scatter and then slowly reform back into its position as it just stares towards you. So incredibly bloodied, but now on the ground.
All right.
I do like the word shambling.
Yeah. Shambling mound.
Yeah, so Killian's turn is done. Gonna do the attack with Bladebeak. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
14 to hit the
14.
little knoll.
14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I can't use this because it'll just do 10 damage as usual. So I'm going to... I think it's what, a d8?
1d8 plus 2. 7 damage.
7.
As the blade comes through, hits the top of the head, and just begins to tear through the bone. The creature, in its last moments, like just being jutted back and forth by this force damage, just takes one wild swing towards. That would be Jojo, I think.
Coming for the last of my temp.
I just hear taint now. I've been ruined. I've been tainted.
You coming for the last of my taint?
Partake in our taint. Partake.
All right. This is not a bite attack. Do not bite the taint. Club attack. 14 to hit does not hit.
Woo!
Actually, it did have advantage. One more second. Oh, no, it didn't. No. The spellcaster had advantage for some reason.
I picture us making
now
a
let
shirt
me go ahead. As the
that said,
attack
"Don't
comes
bite the
in
taint."
through you, yeah, the attack comes in through you and just slams against the solid skin that is now protecting you as opposed to crushing you, and then the bones just scatter along the ground as they lose the magic that was keeping them together. Is that the end of your turn, Killian?
Yeah, she's just also going to shout to the rest of her team. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Do you see Astrid?
I suppose my Bladebeak can move. I'll move here so that I can see, like, down this road.
Staring down the pathway with your passive, you can see that Astrid has passed through this gate, but has literally just run through as though it is not there. A large metal gate bars the path with a crenellated wall above it.
Hope this is one of those
She ran through a gate like a ghost. It's closed for us.
Yeah, let's keep chasing, but we gotta get rid of this fucker first. I hope it's one of those NPC things where like they wait for us to catch up.
They're running and they just kind of actually they hit a small corner and the collision just keeps them there. They don't seem to recognize they're off.
And then they rubber band like 2 streets ahead.
Oh yeah.
Really
that's
hope
funny.
that cutscene waits for us to start.
We'll find out.
What does crenulated mean?
There is a large kind of outer bumped out section of the wall that has these large stone crenellations. They're just solid stone chunks that are like sawtooth formed that are like an outer wall defense against people attempting to climb up it.
Thank you.
With the remainder of movement, because Bladebeak barely moved too much at all, they're gonna move next to Jojo, just so that they're within range of deflect.
Mounted movement is not considered forced movement. I think this creature will attack of opportunity for that.
On me or the mount?
For you, because they are currently sanctuaried.
Sanctuary would have gone away because Bladebeak attacked.
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
Bladebeak did attack.
Whoops.
Thank you.
Go me. And that's how you
so-
waste a spell slot, ladies and gentlemen.
I think in this instance, let me see. This creature, I'm gonna roll a d12. On a low roll, it'll attack you. On a high roll, it'll attack Bladebeak. That is a 5. It is going to take its club attack against you.
It's okay, Damon. That stuff's hard to remember all the time for like a sanctuary and stuff.
The classic sanctuary problem.
Yes.
To be fair, Sanctuary was an excellent choice when we were just running.
Yeah, true.
Changed the face of combat, it did. As it takes a club swing against you, Bladebeak raises... does Bladebeak have a tail?
Yeah, it's kind of just like a fan of knives, for lack of a better term.
That's what I thought. I think the fan just like flips out and just deflects the blade. Misses. And that is the end of your turn. Alrighty. Jojo, you are up. You're currently being constricted by this creature.
I will rage.
This creature is dead, right, Adrian?
Killian?
Killian is currently there.
What will I get? Oh, looky, looky. It is the force weapon one again. Yeah, so the she grabs the Lodemnian longsword. And as she grabs it, she's left-handed, but my pusher talk is left-handed, so I'm mirrored. She goes to grab the Lodemnian longsword, and it, like as soon as she touches it, it starts to vibrate, like as she pulls it out, and like this like magic suffuses up the end of it, and she goes to stab it right behind her against this creature that is holding on to her.
So you can attack with disadvantage to try and not hit yourself. But if you attack with a normal way and you miss, you hit yourself.
What if I recklessly attack it?
It would be a straight roll, and you would not hit yourself if you missed.
It's force damage. It's force damage, so it'll hurt me more. Okay, yeah, I'll do recklessly, but I will do a straight roll, so not to hurt myself.
Is this sword gonna make a giant bell noise?
Only when
only when it hits
objects.
objects.
Oh.
Normal. 2, 9.
9? 9 does not hit.
No.
As you bring the blade through, it just like thins itself and constricts to the body, and just you manage to miss. You're kind of hacking away at it, but you can see that it basically just doing a small worm around on your back to try and avoid being hit.
Well, that's me turn.
Alrighty. At the end, you take 5 strength saving throw, please and thank you, and it is going to attempt to just boom, boom, slam you with 2 of its loose arms.
Strength saving throw. Do not have advantage. No, just normal.
You would have advantage. You're raging. Not that it matters.
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
It's hard to-
Torment?
Ooh, natural 2026.
Torment's on my natural one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Yeah, why don't we have Torment on 20s? Torment feels more like a 20 than a 1.
No, Torment's a bad omen.
Hey!
Also, we see Tormund more often on a 1.
I know,
than on a
yeah.
20.
Yeah, I got
Both
confused with the other characters of Rune Knight, so I was like, no, this character doesn't get advantage on these.
as it
my
brings its
other
arms
character.
back, uses the momentum, and just swings through, slams twice into your ribs. You take both hits, 11 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 5.
Okay. 5. Good. That's
And
the last
then-
of my taint.
That's it. As you hear the doorway continue to be slammed against Vincent.
Mhm.
Moon. It begins to splinter inwards, but does not break. You then hear more shambling move towards the door as just boom, 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 boom. 2 figures attempt to bust through this doorway. And the gnoll looks onwards towards you and just kind of dodging back and forth. Goes for a bite against Jojo in the leg and at the same time swings the club down towards Killian.
It has
Whoa.
advantage against me.
Reckless. How could you be so reckless?
Easily.
So easy. I literally just have to say reckless. That's how easy it is. Does not hit. As it brings itself in for 2 attempts at this. Goes for a bite, you just move your leg. Goes for another bite, moves your leg. You're just sitting here playing with it. The club comes in and once again Killian deflects it. These guys, it looks towards the lot of you. Sees everything that's currently going on. Backs away, hops up onto the top of the trees, and just begins to shuffle down as it keeps its eye on you and attempts to leave your guys'
one
vision.
opportunity attack so bad.
You can. Killian can as well if you wish.
Yeah, I'll use my reaction. Jojo's just getting hit a bunch anyway. I don't need to deflect this round. Oops.
Reckless doesn't carry over into my opportunity attacks, does it?
No, that's only the 1 attack roll.
Can you have it
It's
reappear?
for your whole turn.
Reckless attack. Let me read this. When you
Oh,
make your
actually-
first attack on your turn.
And then that's
Doing
when
so
you
gives you advantage
decide.
on melee attack rolls using strength during this turn.
Yeah.
The attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. Once your turn ends, that one is gone, unfortunately.
Okay, so I don't get it on opportunity attacks. Cool.
Negatory. Killian, 18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's Bladebeak doing the attack, but yeah.
Can Bladebeak opportunity attack?
I believe so.
I don't know that Bladebeak has reactions. Let's check.
It can move and use its reaction on its own.
Okay, awesome.
And it doesn't say anywhere explicitly that it can't opportunity attack. It just says that under its reactions it also has deflect attack.
Okay,
That
no,
will
that's
be-
beautiful. Perfect.
10 force damage from Jojo.
And 9 force damage from Bladebeak.
Okay, I thought that was your previous attack. You're rolling well. So you guys, as it dives back and attempts to continue looking at you just ominously, both of you just side by side slam into the creature, bisecting its head across both sides. It has to leave your threatened range. So at this point, as it attempts to like crawl back behind the tree, it does get one last swing attempt against. In this instance, it would be Jojo because you are the closest. As it comes in with a vengeful strike. Does not hit. This one did not like just pay much attention at Knoll School. As it was going through for these attacks, you managed to just tank and deflect.
As
And
I
the
stab
creature is
into it,
just-
I say, stay in school.
And nobody gets
This
the
college
reference.
dropout.
The bones scatter against the stone wall behind, and its turn is done.
You opened its taint. Ha 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 ha. You cut it in half.
I like the end of the song. That was sick.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and, as this creature once again rises up into the air and just begins to move far, far away. Actually, no, it doesn't do that. Instead, you guys watch it as it raises itself back to full form, takes its staff and waves it over itself, and disappears.
Oh, we have a good item for that.
Okay.
Vincent, you are up.
Vincent's gonna shamble.
Oh man, you don't know how much I love that word.
So I got a question, Adrian. This staircase here that it's leading down, are they able to, like, could they go this way, or do they have to go down and then this way?
They could shamble over this way, from the staircase going over. However, actually, let me see your line of sight. Yes, they absolutely could.
Okay.
It is also a staircase going upwards.
Don't all staircases go upwards and downwards though?
You just blew my mind.
It's like, wait, it's not an escalator.
When God closes a door, he steps up a staircase. That's what they say.
Yeah, Vincent's gonna shamble. I cannot move. It says I'm colliding by going straight. Is there a wall here?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Vincent shambles over here. Let me know if this guy thinks that he's not a skeleton and gets an opportunity to check at him.
Now you may roll performance. Just as part of your movement. It doesn't take an action, actually.
Performance or deception?
Your choice in this instance.
I definitely picture you look like them, but in my mind,
Sorry, I just had to say this before you roll. You can roll with advantage because you have proficiency in both. But it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I want to see if I get dual nat 20s.
Then you definitely look like Michael Jackson, because that's what I was gonna say. You look like the thriller. Hell yeah! You fucking
moonwalking back there.
Yes.
You just begin to, and as you continue walking through the way, you just thrill your way right past. No, it's like just flawless. You're shambling through. Nobody's like paying any attention to you. Everyone, like everyone with
for me, because I believe
You already
too good. No, you guys, you would have heard the spellcasting components previously. These creatures are just very clearly mindless and are incapable of understanding these kinds of nuances. But JoJo's a scholar.
You're just a smart girl.
Vincent, you shamble your way through.
Yeah. If I can, he's going to, like, because he's got a disguise on, his instrument kind of looks like his bow, I guess. And he's gonna like turn away from the group so like these mindless blobs don't see him, and just kind of look in this direction, and then just sort of strum the bow. And or actually, I might not need to do this. Hold on. No, I don't need to do that. So he just like looks out, and there's gonna be like discordant melodies coming from him, and if the lich thing is within 60 feet of him, I need him to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Go ahead and bring up a 60-foot radius.
Okay. I cannot target him, so I cannot cast the spell.
Here's go ahead and just target yourself. I can absolutely roll the save.
It also is an enchantment spell, if that makes any difference.
What is the spell save?
Wisdom.
The spell's DC, rather.
Oh, sorry, 14.
14? They just succeed.
Okay, they still take half damage. They take 6 psychic damage.
6 psychic damage? As you look off to the side, you're like glancing around to make sure, and as these discordant melodies just flow through the air, you just hear as bones just shuffle, and you see them just begin to fall down this stone staircase to the left, as you have destroyed the lich.
Noise.
Okay.
Slowly, the staff hits the ground and begins to fleck away. The clothing begins to fleck away. And you see the small gemstones that these creatures have been dropping, their cores just litter the ground around you.
Did anything weird happen with him casting an enchantment spell?
So roll a D100 for me.
Oh, yes. Also, the death block died by mood
95.
music.
Elevator music kills, guys. 95.
It's dual nat 20s and then 95. At least be good. Randomness scares me.
95.
Yeah, it does. You never know what's...
All of you and all creatures within 30 feet of you at current, you feel your bodies just begin to tingle slightly. And it's almost like your skin becomes a little bit more soft. It doesn't actually seem like a bad thing necessarily to you.
Is it all creatures or all of my allies?
All creatures within 30 feet of you right now.
Am I within 30 feet? I don't think I am.
You are. Let me actually check.
You're 40 feet away.
So you are safe. You do not feel the soft tingle.
What do I see? Does anything change? Like, do I see anything?
Nothing seems to happen visually.
Okay.
And as you can continue to hear the banging from the side of the wall over there. But in front of you, you do not see any enemies, save for the one that is currently restricting Jojo. Is that the end of your turn, Vincent?
It is.
Alrighty. The 2 skeleton archers look on towards you. When I said you saw no enemies, in your immediate area is what I was going for. Killian and Vincent. They are going to just 2 arrows fly in from the distance.
Are they going to attack Vincent?
Is there a reason they wouldn't? Oh, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. Let me actually. I have a disguise self condition. Let me put that on you to remind me.
I do have. It's already on me.
Oh, so I'll put that back on you.
Yeah.
That is 1 arrow comes in towards. I think the further one is actually going to attack Jojo, and the closer one is going to attack Killian. So that will be a disadvantage for Jojo. The 2 arrows come flying in. Killian, you are struck by 1 arrow, and Jojo, the arrow flies directly past you and just slams against the stone. Killian, you take 4 points of piercing damage. And as you feel that tingle in your skin, it's the softness that surrounds you. That arrow flies in, slams into you, and goes that little bit deeper. You take 8 points of piercing damage. You have vulnerability to piercing damage.
Oh, no!
Oh, is that the tingle? That's not
That's
good.
what the tingle was. So that 4 becomes 8 points of piercing damage, and the 2 skeletons have launched their arrows. Killian, Matilda, you are up.
Matilda's too spooky to be soft.
Too spooky to be soft.
Yes. So, I see Zombie Vincent shamble past. I kind of want to stay where I am at the moment, just because it seems a little bit safe.
You do hear like a lot of banging coming from that door.
From this door over here. And it has begun to splinter outwards.
As much as the arrows might hurt every round, I think it might be better for you to group up with the rest of the crew.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first attack the one that's holding Jojo. I would like to Sacred Flame them, please. So they need to make a dex save for me. And beat 15, please.
A 15? As the flames momentarily surround them, ripping upwards around the body, they just kind of tighten around Jojo, holding on. I mean, can they even succeed on a dex save at current? Let me check something.
You can still dex save if you're grappled or grappling something. I don't think
it's just a weird kind of scenario, but there's nothing mechanically that restricts it. As the flames surround it momentarily, it just tightens itself down, and the flames disperse with no effect.
Oh no! Okay, darn it! I didn't think it would be dexterous. Okay, oh well. Fine.
Might have just rolled high.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not taking its reaction, has it?
I don't think so. It
I don't
try to
believe
hit
so.
Vincent.
Hmm?
It didn't try to hit me.
Okay, I'll risk it. Here, and then I provoke an attack of opportunity.
I think that's one too many.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 30 would be here, which means...
my apologies, I miscount, but then never mind that I'm just within range.
Oh yeah, I think 30 ends right there, and you are good. No attack of opportunity needed.
Can you scoot me back, or did you already scoot me? Okay, perfect. I'm sorry, I miscounted.
It's all good.
All right, and then that is on. Can't. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
I like how, Jojo, you are momentarily surrounded by these just holy flames that burn and then nothing happens. It's like a faint warmth. Your skin is kind of tingly. And as this creature continues to just constrict, I need you, actually, as you see the hands begin to wrap around you, and then the hands just slowly wrap around your head, closing your eyes. As the entire body becomes fully constricted at this point, you are blinded and suffocating.
Ooh.
Paka's turn. You just hear Paka in the trees go,
Do you guys need anything? I can help. What?
No, for now,
Okay.
stay out of sight. There's a bunch of archers.
Paka, hide.
I'm just shambling in front of Paka.
Paka moves around. He can't currently see what's going on. He's just chatting with you guys. And then he pokes his head up for a brief moment.
Can Paka's action be to hide?
Paka's currently quite hidden.
Okay.
But you just kind of hear him shuffling around in the tree slightly. He is actually going to use his action to hide again now that he has kind of given away his position. But he pops up and kind of looks at everybody, sees that you're all okay, and zoop, pops back down to the trees. Killian, you're up.
All right. Well, what's the worst that could happen? This skin thing is on Jojo, right? Just like totally wrapped around.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's like a sentient wet blanket.
I'm swaddled.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
So comfortable.
The miss. You mentioned before that if you miss, you hit Jojo. Is
So
that only for
if
the person
something
inside?
if something is sharing a space with a creature such as a swarm or this, for example, and you want to hit that creature, if you choose to attack with disadvantage, you're like carefully trying to basically like tip of the blade cut across the creature and not Jojo. But if you choose to attack without disadvantage and you miss, you hit Jojo.
All right. Well, I will choose to attack with disadvantage to not shoot Jojo.
You can do this, Killian.
Yeah.
Double nat 20.
You're technically in melee range as well, so this would be a disadvantage in the first
Double
place.
disadvantage.
But I can still choose.
Yeah, you
the one
absolutely
way,
can.
right?
I will choose to do it normally with
choose-
disadvantage.
Exactly. It's my choice.
Come on.
Oh, it could have been
Oh,
cool.
there was a nat 20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay!
Oof. 6.
You like bring the musket down right next to just Jojo's body, and you can see this kind of just like mass of flesh moving along the outskirts, and you just aim in, let loose a bolt that just tears through the flesh, and you hear off to the side, 6 points of damage. The creature seems it seems hurt. You have just blasted a small hole in its body.
All right. I use my bonus action to command Bladebeak to do the same.
Do a thing.
Do the thing. Oh, yeah. And then D8 plus
20
2.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 19 and 16
5.
with disadvantage. Very nice. 5 points of damage. Just starting to shave off like kebab off the side of this creature. Cooked one side and cut the other. Rotisserie. Is that the end of your turn?
That is. I'm just gonna have Bladebeak continue moving. I hope that everyone else can kind of finish off this creature. But I can't move because, for some reason, I don't actually know why.
I can pop it to free movement.
Oh, the game is paused right now.
There you go.
Perfect. Yeah, I will move. I don't know if that provokes.
It's
attack
already
opportunity.
used its attack of opportunity.
No, Matilda never moved out of its way.
Oh, that's correct. It will do
Yeah.
that then.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Sorry. I should have been the one to be hit. Let me do a thing.
Is it going to hit Bladebeak or Killian, though? That's the question.
I'm gonna roll a d20 for that. Same thing, high versus low. High is Bladebeak, so it's going to attack Bladebeak.
Nice.
It's going to slam attack. Bladebeak's
Bladebeak
AC
can
is
use
what
it.
right now?
15.
15. It does hit. That is 6 points of damage against Bladebeak as the leg kind of like unwraps around Jojo's leg and just slams into Bladebeak's chassis.
All right. 6 points of damage. That's math. All right. But it doesn't grapple?
Is currently grappling onto Jojo.
Gotcha. All right. Keep going to here. Get out of range of those archers.
That's a good question. I'm going to roll a d20 to see whether or not it would swap grapple. That is favorable for the creature, so it remains on Jojo. Okay, as you rush forward, Bladebeak, your faithful steed, underneath you. Jojo, you are up.
What am I going to do? I think I'm going to attack around me. Try and get my sword just like, yeah. Just try and do a spinny. And see if I can force cut this thing the very same way Bladebeak was doing.
You are blinded, so you have disadvantage anyway, but it's all good.
Swinging recklessly?
Disadvantage or normal? I'm doing recklessly.
It'd be a straight roll if you're doing it recklessly.
Okay, I'll do it recklessly.
Nice.
Ooh. You did not roll with No, right. What am I talking about? Literally just had a conversation.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
17
wow.
force damage.
Oh, get
Nice.
off.
So the damage is
off.
fully replaced with force?
Yeah.
Awesome. Just get off me. Like a lightsaber just vibrating through the creature's molecules. It just severs it in two and it hits the ground. Begins to fleck away into ash.
Nasty. As an item interaction, can I like pick up its monster core?
Absolutely. Yeah, you just scoop down, you grab it. You feel that sense of
Sad.
yeah, you feel slightly remorseful and resentful.
Okay. And then I'm going to follow after Killian. Oh, am I? I am ruler.
Well, that's a bit egotistical, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's giving me red because I'm currently
Grappled? Oh,
yeah. How far did I go? This is 25, 30.
I did picture when you cut out Jojo that it looked like one of those like electric turkey cutters, you know, when they cut the turkey with the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly.
And at the end of your turn, at this point, it could roll really, really bad. Let's see. The doorway slams open, and two creatures begin to fall out, making their way through the house. This one just moves over here. The other one, it's literally like just the worst slinky you've ever seen. Just as it just slowly rolls over itself. You see them behind you, Matilda and Vincent, and slowly they begin to move their way in towards you.
Gross.
Jojo, to your south, you see this zombie climb up the top of the wall, and with the remainder of its movement, shuffles forward towards you and attempts to grab onto you. That is a slam attack.
Come on and slam.
That's it. Oh, please don't just end it there. That hurts my soul. That's like saying
I can't do it anymore.
somebody is attacking you. Don't you dare! 7 points of damage as the creature slams into you and is just like, it seems angrier with you than usual for some reason. 7 points of damage. Yes, bludgeoning halved to 3.
Okay.
And then that is its turn. You also hear a skeleton begin to shamble up the side of the wall, but as it reaches the top of the wall, just falls back down and slams into the stone beneath. Did not succeed on its way up. Now add this creature in
Get
to the
fucked.
initiative. Vincent, you are up. The creatures still do not seem to be paying attention to you.
Okay. Vincent is going to aim an arrow towards Jojo and the zombie, and he wants to make it look like he's aiming for Jojo, but it ends up hitting the zombie if it does.
Ooh, tricky. Roll a deception with this attack.
Is there anyone who can currently see me and the zombie
16.
that wouldn't know any better?
Skeletons, I guess, if they're
Skeletons.
intelligent
Hmm.
enough.
I thought this wall was taller, but maybe. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
You guys don't know who can see you at any given time. Let me just say
That's
that right now.
11 to hit.
11 to hit. 11 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 damage.
5 damage. Arrow just sinks into the side of its skull. Head kind of off to the side,
reel
just
back
lifts
like
itself
I'm
back
mad.
up.
Like a little bit like. "Rah."
That's that 16 at work, everybody. The zombie's head kind of just flitters backwards into its position and just continues to just attack Jojo.
And then I'll move forward like I'm 5, 10, 15, like I'm shambling towards Jojo. And like yeah.
Alrighty. The skeleton archers take aim. In the distance, as the two of you stand on this bridge, you spot far away, standing in front of this large stone gate. To your north, right about here, there's a gatehouse. There's this just large, very fortified stone gatehouse. A massive gate to the north, right here. And standing in front of it, this soldier, this undead soldier wearing glinting golden armor, massive shield, and wielding a vicious-looking blade, who is just standing in a constant sentinel stance, just looking at the battle going on the bridge, and just paying full attention to everything that's going on.
Where is he standing?
He's right here. There are some like various different things that are going on within the engine that are calculating like specific line of sight over bridges and down and through stuff. But I'll just raise him up so you can see him right now. This is the figure right here, Jojo. You can spot them. And Vincent, you should be able to see them now for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that looks
Back.
like an Elden Ring boss.
Fuck. Don't get in the aggro distance.
You died.
Very, wasted GTA style.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The two skeletons take aim. Oh no.
Are they aiming at Vincent?
They are taking aim towards Jojo. Sorry, let me untoggle you. You see them lean back, pull out 4 arrows, launch 2 of them. 2 of them fly in. One manages to hit you, Jojo. Of the 4, they just pepper the area, and 1 misses critically. I'm going to roll a dice. See what happens. Oh my god, that's also a critical fail. The other arrow that misses you, Jojo, flies in and just sinks directly into the head of the zombie. Now 2 arrows, 1 off the side, 1 out the front, as the zombie reels
Vincent.
back and just slowly begins to move in again.
Vincent feels justified in his deception now.
So Jojo, you have resistance to piercing damage, but you also have vulnerability to piercing damage. So you take the full 5 points here. And the zombie, who was also within 30 feet at the time, takes 10. With this hit, the zombie is now bloodied. You see the back of its skull open and brains like pouring out. Just all the nerves that sit around the back of the spinal column just frayed like a horse's tail, kind of as it just now begins to move forward. And Matilda, you are up.
Sorry, I can see the one archer, and I'm going to hit them with an Eldritch Blast. I do want to say you might hear my cat in the background. He wants to be let out. I will let him out during the break, but he is very insistent, but too bad.
That was a cat, guys. Don't worry about it. There you go. That one's a little better.
It's just normal, right? Because it's not, I checked the distance. It's only 75 feet, and Eldritch Blast has a distance of 120. Okay.
Exactly. You are all good.
Oh, come on.
Come on, 17 hits. Go ahead and roll
Okay,
damage.
cool.
Oof.
Ooh.
Launches through the open air, slams into the creature, sniped. With a vicious 12 points of damage, the skeleton just reels back. I'd say go ahead and roll, in this instance, a spellcasting ability modifier check. I want to see if this blast forces this creature off from the sheer... Brings it almost to dead from
Hold on,
one
what's my
hit.
Just like, fuck, what's my spellcasting mod?
Charisma.
Charisma check.
Okay, +6. Okay. So I'm making a charisma check?
Please and thank you.
With proficiency or without?
With proficiency.
Okay. So
Yay!
As you loose this, you just let loose this bolt of crackling energy, flies in. The skeleton just launched its arrows, and as it looks down, that energy blasts into it, brings it from alive to almost dead. It just reels backwards for a moment, foot hits the back of the roof, and just you see it fall, never to be seen again. Just bones scatter along the ground.
Yesterday, I saw a hawk take out a pigeon outside of my apartment, and that's exactly what I imagined. It's like just poof of feathers, just like midair.
90-mile-an-hour fastball to a small bird that happened by. Yeah.
Matilda doesn't understand, but she's compelled by another force to say "sniper monkey" because because memes.
I think you also hear collect the bones.
Oh. Not right now. We're in the middle of battle.
You just begin to hear endlessly in the back of your head.
Okay. Can I move, please? I can't move, Adrian.
Absolutely. Where are you headed to? You should be able to move.
Maybe it's just... Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, I just want to move, like, beside Vincent, please.
like here?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
you.
not next to the zombie.
Oh, yes, no. Sorry, I couldn't see them.
You blast this creature off in the distance, and you run and you settle next to zombie Vincent. And as is that the end of your turn?
I'll like reel back at Matilda.
Acting. As we cycle around to the next round in the beginning of Paka begins to rush over after you, and he begins to he becomes visible again as he climbs up to the top of the trees and just makes his stance at the top of this stone wall, and he's balancing. He jumps down below the wall and goes prone behind it, giving himself cover from the arrow fire.
I has a question.
Sure.
Paka is a mule by default. He would know to pick up monster loot, right?
He would.
Okay. Has he been doing that or not?
There are creatures everywhere at current, but he absolutely can and will.
Okay. I'm just curious if he does like a drive by, he could grab stuff.
Like,
Oh, that's true. Let me see, actually.
Just Grinch his way through with like a little bag, just picking up everything on the ground.
I pictured that weird vacuum from Teletubbies, like the.
Why did I bring up Teletubbies earlier? Which is like days ago, maybe. I forget entirely now. Let's go on break. We will see you all very shortly and resume this combat. Killian, you are up.
Well, I'm gonna level, or Killian will level their gun at this zombie.
Elite.
For no particular reason, if you miss, you shoot Jojo. I'm just kidding.
Chances.
I sort of thought you were gonna say I level up, and I'm like, oh, we can just say that. Just be like, I level up. I'm gonna level up on my turn.
All right. Does a 9 hit a zombie?
9 does hit a zombie.
Hey,
you take aim and you just let loose that shot.
16.
16? Beautiful.
Let's go.
Tell me what happens.
I mean, assuming that it can't stay alive, I blow its head just completely out with the buckshot from my gun.
I like the concept, like the story running through Killian's head too is just like, assuming he can't stay alive, I'm gonna blow his head clean off by aiming this gun and firing it. And so too does it happen. The arrow from the front, the arrow from the side, and buckshot in the other, just the head blows clean off. All you see is a little bit of the bottom jaw that's like, as it just falls back, hits the ground, and just the just rotting flesh, the stench begins to pour out around you. But the wind begins to carry it away comfortably. Anything with the rest of your turn?
Yes, I'll use a bonus action to give Bladebeak a command. I would like Bladebeak to try to see if he can lift this this wall gate. Just kind of test the waters, see if it's like a very heavy gate that like no one person other than a barbarian could lift, or to see if anything else would work.
Go ahead and roll athletics for Bladebeak. Actually, this isn't even really athletics. This is just a feat of strength. So I'll just say go ahead and roll a strength check.
Alrighty.
Bladebeak
Alas.
kind of just head flips upside down, levers itself, and begins to like attempt to just like open its mouth as a winch, but nothing. No give.
Like a car jack?
Yeah.
Carjack, thank you. I said winch, and I was like, that's not the right word, but I'm okay with that.
All right. That is my turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, Jojo, you're up.
I probably see that they're struggling with that, huh? And this guy's dead. I don't currently see any enemies on my
There
screen.
was a skeleton that fumbled.
Yeah.
They'll be jumping up from
Alright.
here.
I think I'm probably gonna dash so that next turn I'm measuring. I'll do a dash action so that next turn I can help out with this feat of strength.
Age, am I able to roll an attack and miss on purpose?
You want to use your reaction to make it
Pretend
look
to
like
hit
you're
Jojo?
attempting. Yeah, you can use your reaction. Go ahead and try and I'd say just roll deception as opposed to the actual attack roll. Beautiful. Looks like you. How do you do it?
As Jojo is just going away because I don't have my sword out yet. That's like the short sword on the side. I just like grab it quickly and slice, but I'm too slow and she's already away by the time I slice.
Baka's like,
I'm confused. It's so believable.
It's so believable.
it's so believable, Vincent. We must make all references parodies.
Only for a few seconds.
Yeah. Jojo, you rush forward. You use your dash, and you like just latch yourself, preparing to attempt to open this gate. Is that the end of your turn? Yeah.
Yes.
Beauty. The creatures dash up towards you. One makes it up to Paka. The other one is going to dash
That
around.
does that lose your rage?
Oh.
You didn't. I think that is that would happen at the beginning of her next turn
Okay,
if she does not also get
if I don't
hit
take damage, yeah.
or take
You don't
but
hit
not-
nothing.
You did get hit within the last round 3, I believe, or attack rather. So you're totally good. The boneless rush forward and target
no.
Paka and Matilda.
If they, they got like a bonus action hit again.
Shit.
2 attacks each.
It's like if I didn't get hit, I need to attack, otherwise I'll lose my rage. That's how it works, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
the term before it. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you need to attack, hit, or miss, or take damage. And as the creatures come in, bring hands up, slam down upon you. Matilda, you take from 2 slam attacks that manage to hit you. You take very low 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Adrian, you know that.
Paka
Okay.
takes a solid chunk of damage. Once again, not quite gone. Why does that keep
Okay.
happening?
Why does it keep putting him to dead?
I don't know. Does he only have like 1 hit point on this character sheet or something? That's incorrect. Odd.
These guys just came out of nowhere, huh? While I wasn't paying attention.
They slammed through the house in the back
they're
corner
those
and
ones. They're so much
shuffled their
faster
way
than
in.
I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
They didn't. One of them had to dash. The other one actually didn't. So the ones that hit Paka actually did not hit Paka.
Good.
So let me actually bring that hit point back. Thank you for saying that, Jojo. Beautiful. So that did not go off. Matilda, the one that rushed in towards you, does manage to hit.
Mhm.
That is 9 points bludgeoning damage total. And then you are, as the creature slumps around you, you are restrained, or rather grappled and blinded, and you are suffocating.
I don't get to save. It just happens if they hit me.
If they hit you, they begin to do this, and then at the beginning of their next turn, they can attempt to constrict and cause damage. You get a strength save to attempt to fight that one. At the end of their turns, Vincent, you are up.
Okay. Seeing this, Vincent's gonna reel around and again go to pretending to slash at Matilda. He's going to slash at the goo on her face.
Okay. Disadvantage on the attack if you want to not risk hitting
hit
Matilda.
her, yeah. That one.
Natural 1. I have
Give it
these
a
mechanics in
disadvantage.
place. I'm gonna roll a d20 to determine positive or favorable or negative. 19, you are okay.
And then I'm gonna like in my gibbering like "Rawr," I'm gonna lean in and be like, "You can do this, Matilda," and bardic inspiration on her as a bonus action.
I think you see the head of the boneless kind of just like slump up and look towards you, and you see the like just loose mouth go and form into a wide smile.
Gross.
So you like pop out your
No, you can
Instrument.
inspire via words.
Awesome.
You don't need your instrument; it's not a
Just
requirement.
like pull out a lute and bring. Is that the end of your turn?
I think I'll back up a bit, like going to look like I'm gonna take my bow out and back up.
Here's what I'll say. Also roll a deception for attempting to make it seem like you were doing these things on purpose.
This guy should be gone, right?
Oh yeah, your minimum is 16. You know what? You're pretty much just good on the instance of
Okay.
these creatures. This one is flecked away into ash at this point. Running past, you see a stone staircase leading down a back alley just to the south of you. You see a doorway leading up into a home on the right here. And you see the rest of your party rushing forward towards this gate. All of you saw this on your way through, by the way. And then at the end of your turn, the archers and this skeleton is going to attempt once
Well,
again
one
to
of them
climb
is
up.
dead.
This one manages to get up there. You are absolutely correct about that. And then, Matilda, you are the target of this skeleton archer.
Well, that's incredibly rude.
That's absolutely true. Everything they're doing here has been super rude to you guys. It takes aims up, looses it. The arm almost pops off from the force of the bow being loosed, but the arrow flies in and finds you, slamming directly into your side. You take 4 points of piercing damage. You were not within range before, so you do not have vulnerability. And the second skeleton manages to get up on top of the area. Is looking around. It's going to roll to see whether or not it's going to attack. This one turns its attention over towards Vincent and sees the entire group of people and just begins to rush past him into the fray.
He can't
No.
technically move past me.
Do you try and stop him?
Is that I don't know if that's something that is just a mechanical thing.
Oh, the
You can't move
scenario-
just one scare.
The scenario is it's not necessarily mechanics, it's about wording. It is you cannot move through a hostile creature space. So if you are attempting to keep it from moving, then it cannot go through. So are you attempting to keep it from going?
No, that's fine.
Fine.
Let it
Okay.
go.
It does rush past you then. It kind of like just moves around and shuffles.
Still
and-
difficult terrain.
Adrian,
Still useful.
Yes.
no one can see this because I'm currently covered in a weird skin blanket, but I'm bloodied now. So I don't know, some blood trickles out, but bloody.
Oh yeah, I think as it's literally just like you look like a skin sarcophagus right now, but as you are completely enraptured, just a little bit of blood begins to trickle down through the pieces. At the end of the skeleton's turns, Matilda, you are up. You can attempt to make a strength check to break out of this, which would force the creature off
So here's the
as
thing.
an action.
When you are inside a creature, can it save on a dex check when you were inside of it?
Mechanically, it still has no disadvantage against dexterity saving throws.
Really? What the? That
I
makes
know.
no sense.
I know.
The same thing with Jojo. Grapple doesn't impose any sort of.
Here's what I
disadvantage.
absolutely would say is that touch attacks cannot miss.
Yes.
It's true.
Like that makes no
That
sense.
would have been
Yeah.
nice to know.
Yeah, it's something
Oh,
that
I
was
was
just thought
waiting.
of.
Okay. All right. Oh. This is so stupid. Now, here's the thing. Sacred Flame says I need to see the creature. I'm technically in the creature, so, like, can I see it?
You are technically blinded. You cannot see anything, and anything that would require you to see automatically fails. I will roll a fate dice in this instance.
You would know that a lot of your to hit like spells at range, like Firebolt and Eldritch Blast,
Yeah.
do not require you to see the target. You can just
No,
blast.
but I'm at disadvantage because I'm too close.
Well, you're also blinded, so you're at disadvantage no matter what you do.
Yeah, from the degree of the mechanics itself, I would say that because you are blinded, you just can't see spells that require sight. I would say almost like literally conduit through your vision, as opposed to just being like,
Okay,
ah,
cool.
there you are.
All right. I'm going to Eldritch Blast this creature at disadvantage. Why not?
You also are bardic inspired, by the way, so you can use that if you need to.
What do I roll?
Figure it out.
It will prompt you. It will show you the roll first, and then it'll prompt you if you wish to roll it because you have the buff on you.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see what you roll in the d20 beforehand, though.
Oh, shoot. I was looking at initiative. Attack. Disadvantage. Oh. What is object? What?
Yeah.
Oh, why does it do that? It was working
Are
before.
you targeting?
I am.
Oh,
What do I click object if I don't want to use my d6?
You can just X the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't show. I guess it doesn't show if it's at disadvantage.
Hey,
I think
let's
it's at
go.
21.
Let's go. 21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, good.
Whoa.
11 points. Agonizingly blasting this creature from within. It's like constricting. You see a little trickle of blood, and then you just see this energy build up, and then as the entire thing bubbles out for a moment and slowly begins to like deflate back in on you.
Does it look like it was just barely back up? Because she can also add her bardic inspiration to the damage.
You absolutely hit. You did not need to use Bardic Inspiration on that, so you can add the Bardic Inspiration to your damage if you wish.
Does it look bloodied?
It looks hurt. It does not look bloody. You can
Okay,
feel
so-
the char on the inside.
So what and then that's done. Do I have to use my action to try and wiggle out, or is that just something I get to do at the end of my turn?
You would have to use your action to attempt to break it.
Okay, cool. Then
I'm also not sure because you said she was suffocating, so the magic would also affect that.
That is true because you are currently suffocating. You have used 1 minute of oxygen to cast a verbal spell, which is Eldritch Blast. So you have, what is your con modifier?
I think it's like +0. Hold on, let me look. +1.
You have a +1 con modifier, so you have 1 minute of oxygen remaining.
Okay, so what I will do is I will add the damage. My bardic inspiration. Why not?
So it's a d6.
D6. Let's see. D6. Roll. 5 more damage.
5 damage. The creature is now heavily bloodied.
And then I end my turn.
Alrighty. On Paka's turn, he is going to...
Run away.
He's going to shuffle past you. He's going to grab you. And he's going to attempt to pull you with his action. The creature, unfortunately, does go with you. I don't think you can attempt to pull this creature off of you.
I don't know if they're being grappled, they would be like double because you're grappling a creature that's already grappled.
Any creature, including the target, can use its action to try and detach the boneless. It is absolutely going to do that instead. Paka is going to grab onto this creature and just try and pull it off of you using strength.
Come on, strong lizard.
Yeah, he's a strong boy.
He's a strong,
lift a
he's a
million
strong
pounds.
guy. Using a strength check.
Help the squishy warlock.
Paka, go! Grabs onto the meat of this creature and just begins to pull. And as he just bears his feet down into the stone behind, you see it just like, and then immediately moves back onto your body. And Paka's like, no! And just pulls back from the back and just rips off of your body, throwing the creature back down in the space where it was, as the arms just begin to wriggle up and try and reach for Paka. And then he's just like,
I don't trigger attacks of opportunity.
and he runs away.
Yay! No titties.
You are no longer grappled. You are no longer suffocating. You are no longer blinded. But you are surrounded by these creatures. Killian, you are up.
Where did he scamper off to?
He's over here.
He's over here.
Okay.
Okay, so he had to stand
Disappeared
up.
from me.
He had to use half his movement, so he can't get that far. So he is
Was he-
instead right here.
I like to think he was crawling the whole time.
I don't trigger attacks of opportunity.
Killian changes focus very quickly because this door was her priority and now it is almost certainly not. Killian's gonna square up a shot against this guy, but she's gonna hold her action for when she's within like good range. Actually, no, because if it's it's not on Matilda, right?
No, it's
I'm
not.
not Matilda anymore.
Okay. And then is just gonna like tell Bladebeak to move. I'm just gonna do some quick maths.
You are 65 feet away currently.
Yeah. But if I get here, I'm within ideal range for my gun. And is this difficult terrain? Is this down or up?
This is like a small chest-high stone wall leading down into a curved staircase. So that would be difficult terrain to jump down. Other than that, it's totally doable though.
Okay. Yeah, with 40 feet of movement, Bladebeak would be able to get here without any problems. Oh, I can't... I'm getting disappearing tokens here and there. Like, I can't see either of these guys anymore.
Yeah, I was getting.
I think it's
just
based
like
on
a-
who you're currently clicked into.
Okay.
Bladebeak, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. I guess I can move to... I can't move at all.
If you left click and drag your character.
Rulers. The
Gotcha.
rulers got me. All right.
Jojo.
So this is this 10 feet of difficult terrain or only 5?
It's just one additional foot for every foot of movement. So if you move through there for your first diagonal instead of 10 feet, it would be 15 feet.
Am I able to get here then or here?
So doop.
With 40
15,
feet of movement.
25. You would be able to get to. Bladebeak would be able to get there.
There? Oops.
Oh,
Sorry,
with 40
I just
feet of movement? I'm
yeeted
sorry.
it.
You would be
Yeah.
able to get here.
Okay, perfect. And that is within range, I think. All right, great. Thank you, everyone. I'm done doing math. Now, time for kill.
that you could put that on the front of the book.
All right, I attack normally. Ooh, not great.
13 hits.
Nice.
Ooh, let's go. Kaboom.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh my god. Let's go kaboom indeed. As you just aim down, let loose the musket, just peppers it with whole Swiss cheese and falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Flex away.
I think I would have gotten an attack for opportunity from that guy.
It absolutely will.
It depends on Bladebeak or Killian.
It's going to go for the flesh, definitely.
Please.
This one's a little bit
Fine.
smarter than its counterparts.
I only like when you roll high, Damon, when it's like saving.
Only when you save me do I like.
Fair. All right.
Goes for a swing, and you just duck underneath it. 12 to hit. Does not hit.
Perfect. All right, that is my turn.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I will shuffle you over here as well.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thanks.
Jojo, you're up. Also, we will say, I'll put Bladebeak over here just to be a token, but you are currently on this space.
If I were to attack this guy, I'm only going through one target, right? So it's only a +2 to the AC. Question
This
mark?
is also. Oh, you mean from ranged?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
considered one medium creature because Killian is mounted, so yes.
Is this blocking stuff too?
No.
It's
No.
not blocking
That's
line
down.
sight. Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, great. Well, then I'll take one step this way, and I'll just toss my sword at this one.
Am I in a range of getting hurt? Like, what the fuck? Don't roll a 1. You stab me. This would
Can
be
I-
very
I don't
on brand for you.
Are you able to reckless a ranged attack? I feel like you
I think
are.
it's I feel like it's just any attack on your turn, isn't it?
I'm
it
going
might
to
specify
double check.
melee, but
You decide.
When you
Oh,
make
It's melee. It's melee only.
when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attacks. Beauty.
Normal. Fuck. It's 11.
That misses.
Fuck.
You
So-
toss it, and it just kind of like opens up as the blade slams into the stone.
And then it like vibrates until it like warps out of existence and back in Jojo's hand. Who will start staring at the skelly that's close to her. And that is her turn.
Alrighty. This one used its reaction. Let me mark that. On the boneless's turn, there is going to be 2 slam attacks against a Matilda.
can you use or can you remove the bardic inspiration from her, Adrian, just in case it triggers her every roll?
Oh, show.
Oh no. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Bye.
That has been removed. Matilda, as it takes aim, one of these attacks manages to slam into you. You dodge out of the way of the first one, and it sweeps the leg and kind of slams into you and begins to wrap around your body again. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and it once again pulls itself onto you. You did get a solid breath before, but you are grappled, blinded, suffocating.
Oh god.
Oofy, oofy.
Oofy indeed. Vincent, that is the end of the creature's turns. You are up.
Let's see here. Vincent is going to turn like shamble away from this guy to look like he's going back towards, like, I don't know, Killian or Paka or whatever, and like go over here. But he's already used his attack of opportunity, even if he saw through Vincent's disguise. And yeah, he's going to aim his bow up like he's going to like shoot something. But he's going to cast a spell towards this guy. And I need him.
So you are aiming with your bow. You wouldn't be able to do that because that's two-handed.
Well, I'll hold it up with one hand.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. It's just for flavor, anyways. I need to roll him to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. It succeeds.
14, really? Okay.
Yeah,
it
you
still
can
takes-
see. You can see by the beard it was a philosopher in life.
It still takes 5 psychic damage.
5.
And everyone knows the philosophy lives in your skin.
that's what they say.
I can agree
Otherwise, it
with
gets
that.
the hose again.
Oh god.
No, it'd be otherwise it gets the pros again.
No!
Oh my god, no, and yes.
No! And no.
Wow.
You
And,
Damon get inspiration for that. You may
Yes.
use that when you are making dinner.
I will.
Yeah, and I guess I end my turn. Something
It's
else I
half
can do.
damage, right? How much is half damage?
It was 5 psychic.
It was 5 total, yeah.
Did not run away, unfortunately. Also, it was an enchantment spell, Adrian.
D100, please and thank you.
Oh boy.
Not again.
60 or 36.
36. Roll a d10.
Oh shit.
This could end very well for you.
Ah!
10.
A 10? If the roll is odd, you get younger. If the roll is even, you get older. You get older by. Yeah.
Who does? Like Vincent does?
Yes.
Vincent ages 10 years.
Recalls! Recalls!
Does anyone have inspiration?
I do. I think that Vincent will use his inspiration for this.
So here's the thing: if you roll on, you can choose which one you want to re-roll. You can re-roll your D100 roll, or you can re-roll potentially getting younger if you roll an odd number.
Oh, play the game.
Does Vincent know that, or does it feel like it will be 10 years regardless? Like that's how it works.
This one, Vincent wouldn't know anything about what's going on. This is absolutely your player choice.
Ooh, because I'm just like, if it's 10 years, does Vincent want to be 18 again though? Because like if he
it's odd only. 9753.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the amount he would de-age. Because if he de-ages too much, he can't work as a sex worker anymore.
That's true.
Boy.
I want you to.
I'm
Take
gonna
a
re-roll the
sabbatical.
D100.
Take a sabbatical.
Take a what?
Sabbatical until you're old enough again.
You go into the
You can just
dungeon and
work-
you come back out 12 years old.
You just work as a hostess again. It's fine.
Oh, I wanted you to roll the percentage dice again.
I feel like I need to re-roll the 100.
A 68? So close.
Oh,
So
so
close.
close is a good number.
You are frightened of the nearest creature until the end of your next turn. So you are frightened by either Killian or Bladebeak, your choice.
Turn around the blade beach.
I'll do Blade Beak. That's fine.
It's just standing there, just metal, and as it's moving
Until my
forward,
next
just
turn, right?
until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
All right.
It'd be very funny if it was forever.
You're eternally
Would be
scared.
Debilitating.
Get that thing away from me.
Okay. Well, I can use, I guess, the rest of my movement, which is like there. There we go. To move. I guess I can't move closer to Blade Beak. So
You have to move further away, yeah.
I'd move next to Paka then.
You shuffle over to Paka, and Paka's like,
It's okay. We're gonna get through this, zombie. You're good. You're a good guy.
pats you on the knee.
Paka.
The skeletons take aim.
A ton.
Who can you currently see? You can only see Matilda. I missed that. Whatever reference that was, I missed it, and I feel like I missed out.
I just said skeleton instead of skeletons because there's only one, right?
Okay. It was a terrible joke. I hated it. On the flip side, nice.
It wasn't a joke. I was just confirming.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
Oh,
Uh,
Matilda.
The arrow launches with a 19 to hit. That hits. Matilda, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
I go unconscious.
Matilda is down.
How much did it just bring you unconscious by a little bit or a lot?
7 points, so that does not meet the threshold of 10.
Okay.
That's
I
for
didn't
lingering
like
wounds in case you get
Linked.
in case you get certainly like wounded via a certain threshold, you can end up with a scar kind of thing. Matilda, you have gone unconscious. The skeleton has loosed its arrow. This one rushes over towards you, Jojo. It has no longer used its reaction, and it is going to attack you with its short sword.
Man. Alright, guys.
That is a dirty
Okay.
20 to hit, with 6 points of piercing damage as it slashes across you with the short sword. That is 12 points, halved to 6 because you are currently raging.
Get out of here with your piercing sword. Where's the slashing?
It's a short sword. This short sword has piercing.
Wow.
Wow. The skeletons have ended their round. Matilda.
Well, hell.
I hated
Well,
that. By the way.
hell. Wow. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
Matilda, roll a death save for me, please.
Oh, is this the first one of the campaign?
This is.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if you had to roll one before when you went unconscious under the water, but I
No.
don't think it got to that point.
How fitting! Why is it always my characters? Right. How do I roll a death save?
Up
20.
I'm
on
actually
your-
not. I
on
think
your
there is.
character sheet?
Yeah?
Sorry, please go ahead, Bianca.
Yeah, on your character sheet, it should be. Actually, I don't know what layout you have, so I can't comment on that,
If I
but
pop
it's-
yours open, I can see over your character portrait as red. There's a little skull in the middle. I think you just click the skull.
Yes. Okay. And is it normal, advantage, disadvantage? Like what?
Just a normal roll.
Normal. Okay.
You stand up with 1 hit point. That's a natural
Nice.
20. You are up. You have 1 hit point. As you hear within you voices be like,
No, not yet.
a tiny little feather like drops down and places it upon your body and just your eyes open.
You still get your whole turn now.
Do I get my whole turn?
You have your whole turn.
Okay.
Your whole turn ahead of you.
And
Or
everything
you
past that
die
is
again.
uncertain.
All right. I want to Eldritch Blast it inside of this creature. Please and thanks.
Okay.
And then
That'll be
She shouldn't be
disadvantage.
blinded anymore, but it is at
She's
disadvantage.
absolutely still like this creature did not let go of her when she fell.
disadvantage on Tilly.
But
20.
that was the other creature that we killed that was on her. This one hasn't had a turn
This one
enough.
is grappling her.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Yeah, it
grappling
is.
me.
And
If it
Matilda,
hits me,
20
it grapples
hits.
me.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll
did the
damage.
doink doink.
I did. Okay, I forgot about that then.
Jeez, 13.
Is it dead?
It is not. It's heavily
It's
bloodied.
Yeah, it wasn't harmed before, I don't think.
It was one hit
Oh, a little
previously.
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Can I take a bonus act? Hold on. Wow. Can I? I combined the word potion and bonus action together. Can I take a potion as bonus action right now or no?
Absolutely. In this campaign, bonus
Okay.
action potion.
No, but I was like, I get so confused about I'm grappled and restrained of like,
Mm.
what can I do with
Yeah.
my hands? So
You even for both of them, you're allowed to do that.
It's true. Unless I specifically give you like a restraint that has an additional effect of you
Mhm.
cannot use your hands while restrained.
Grappling is basically your movement is 0, and that's basically it.
Alright, I heal 7
Nice.
hit points.
Seal 7 hit points.
And
You pop
then
open that
that's-
flask of good bubbly.
Yeah.
Really?
And then
That's some good bubbly.
Oh man.
Michael Bublé.
It's pronounced Michel Bublé. I don't think it is.
Blip.
Don't listen to me.
I don't. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Apparently he goes to
Finally,
Dave's
someone's
church.
listening. Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Quite a few friends that actually hang out with Michael Bublé. But that's my claim to fame. Anything with the rest of your turn, Matilda?
No, I intern.
Alrighty. At the beginning of the next round, Paka's turn. Paka's going to grab you,
Yeah, I was gonna.
and he's
recommend
going
it, so.
to move you as much as he can. That'd be
He's
up
got
to
a-
you.
Well, she's grappled and with it on her, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. He's
Yeah.
going to attempt to pull it off of you again.
Yeah.
He would absolutely just be able to see that. He is going to attempt a strength check. Come on, be strong again.
Beefy.
That's the 17. Grabs
Hell
it,
yeah.
tears it off this time, rolls it into a ball, gives a chomp for good measure, and throws it to the ground.
Yeah.
And then that was his action, so he cannot like grab and move you. But he is going to shuffle back and be like, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way.
Probably
Just, like,
tasted real
backing away.
bad.
Well, you don't know Paka. You don't know where he's been.
Oh, no, that's very true.
Killian, after Paka's turn, you were up.
All right. So Killian is going to take another shot. Yeah.
Phew.
Nice.
17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, the other
Ooh,
die
not
now.
great.
Oh, still just barely hanging on as that shot just tears through a small section of the body, but the head continues just slumping around.
All right. Well, bonus action, sending Bladebeak in to attack. Eh. Aim to hit.
15 hits.
All right. Hey, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Tell me what happens.
Bladebeak kind of like stomps on like one of its legs to hold it in one place, and then just kind of starts up its beak and just places it on the ground and smears it across the pavement.
Oh.
Wow.
Nothing left but a paste. And as you slowly begin to see that paste just dry and fleck away like old Greek yogurt.
Julienne.
Ew.
What?
Sorry about that.
Man.
I don't think any of you ever want to see that, so don't
I'm
look
assuming
into
you
it.
cleaned out the fridge recently.
With a free interaction with an object, can Bladebeak just like pick up the little gem that it drops?
Absolutely, yep. You just
Sweet.
go.
It just vibrates in its mouth.
And at current, as you look around, save for the skeleton archer who's currently peppering you guys with arrows, Vincent, at a glance down south, over the wall you don't see anything necessarily, but you did know that there was like a dissected hand that was down there before. You're not entirely certain where that has gone. But aside
Also,
from that,
Where did the neck? So when I killed the lich, the floaty dude, did he like fall? And his bones
the remains fell down these steps over on the side.
Yeah,
Oh.
we saw his stuff just disappear though. He didn't have anything cool.
Save for the core, which was a little bit bigger than the other ones.
Yeah, I'll turn to Paka and be like, Paka, there should be a decent size core down these stairs.
Oh, sorry, by the way, my turn's done.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Paco looks at you and says,
Oh, I got the core.
I don't think I have anything clever. Jojo, you're up.
Attack!
Whoa.
Reckless.
Attack the skeleton that I forgot to mention was there.
Yes.
I heard you say a fake. No, I attack.
That is what I said.
Nice.
26.
Ooh, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 12 damage of force.
Force damage? Alrighty.
Yes.
As you bring the blade up, you just carve through the vast majority of the creature's body. Right half is just gone. Skull is like just hanging open, jaws loose, but it's still animated.
I think that's my turn.
Is Matilda's prone because she was unconscious, right?
Because she
But no
rolled a
longer
20.
grappled?
Actually, yeah, at the beginning of her turn, that absolutely would have happened. Mechanically speaking, that's not something that occurs, but I pretty much have always done that. Like when you go down, you fall over. But at least I don't think that's the mechanic in the game.
The guy
Vincent,
grappling her
you're
didn't
up.
hold her up.
Oh, just like stiff arms?
Yeah.
No, I think it happily went down.
Okay.
Okay.
Vincent, you're up.
I'd also recommend removing the blinding condition from her because she can't see anything right now in Foundry.
Oh, I can still see in Foundry.
Oh, weird.
It's a separate condition.
If I knew that I was prone, I would have gotten up from prone on my turn because I didn't want to provoke. I couldn't really like move. Well,
I
hold
don't
on.
think your
that's-
turns come around since you've done well.
Yeah.
No, she would have stood
Yeah.
up for sure because she had her turn previously.
Wasn't she still grappled though?
You can't
Yeah,
because
that's what
yes.
I thought. Yeah, sorry, I got confused. Never mind.
I think
That's
being
okay.
prone against the wall against this archer is actually advantageous for you anyway.
That's true. But now, Vincent, you're up. Sorry for the interruption.
He shambles forward, away from the scared bird thing. Vincent's unsure why, for some reason, he's just like, I just gotta talk to Killian about that color palette. It just sets me off, and he walks away from it. And
You watch it smear something across the ground.
he's just like oil paint. Too many memories, and he keeps moving forward. And yeah, he'll take aim at this guy.
I will say this: as you stop in that location, Vincent, there's a large pile of garbage down south, and then as you kind of like shamble over and stop here, from that pile of garbage, a small, just like chunk of stone comes flying in towards you.
What?
One moment.
Why?
Just
this is like another adventure on the floor, and I'm like, fuck.
that stone flies right past you, slams into the stone wall behind, and just embeds itself in the stone. And you see several pieces just crumble off as this large knightly figure pulls itself out of the heap of garbage, kind of as though just like been discarded there, stands, looks up towards you, pulls out a shield, pulls out a sword, and just slams against it, standing exactly where they standing at the end of this hallway, kind of just blocking the entire pathway.
My passive insight, just in like, I don't want to use an action for this. Does it feel like he sees through my illusion? Like he threw that at me and he missed on purpose, or no?
With your insight,
Passive insight is 17.
17, I would say that this figure just looks like it will attack anything that's passing. As soon as you stopped there, as soon as you remained within line of sight, it was just like, boom, taking advantage.
Gotcha.
We have a problem down this alleyway. And I can't move any more than this, so I will have to stay where I am. But I will attack this dude. If I'm looking away from... Oh, I guess frightened, I need to actually keep running. Ignore that.
You need to seek line of sight. Absolutely.
Would me standing over like here behind the house block line of sight from...
You're not actually able to get there. The trees are too dense. But you would be able to go... At current, the only way to really break line of sight with Bladebeak is to go down the alleyway where that creature just threw something
Could
at
I
you.
try and go and... Actually, screw it. Action minor illusion in front of me, like a tree or a boulder.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
I just put it up.
Oh, you're doing a 10-foot area?
It says 5-foot cube, but it gave me that as the template.
Oh, because you
I
put
don't
it in
know.
the center of the squares.
Oh, it didn't let me change it.
I got it. Don't worry. I'll continue with your turn.
So now I'm out of line of sight. I can roll a wisdom save, or is it just...
Now you may roll a wisdom save to attempt to break the frightened condition.
Oop, 5. It ends at the end of my turn anyways, but this is just dramatic effect. And that will be my turn.
And a tree appears in the midst of the walkway. At the end of your turn, it's the skeleton's turns. They will take one last attack towards you, Jojo, before they are inevitably destroyed. Short sword slash in a desperate attempt across your chest. And that hits. That is 8 points of piercing damage, doubled and then halved. And then the last skeleton archer will take aim. D20 to see whether or not goes for Vincent or Killian. Or Matilda or Killian. That is a 16. Killian, you are the target of this arrow shot. As it pulls back on the bow, loses it, flies in, slams off Bladebeak. Have you taken a hit this combat?
I've had a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beginning,
Five more
I've
skeletons
taken a lot
surround
of
you.
attacks. But, like, it's like a goalie, lots of shots on net, only a couple goals,
Alrighty. Matilda, you are up.
Okay. I did want to say I appreciated you putting me in the campaign, Adrian Tamara, as a pile of garbage that attacked.
Aw.
No,
No
that's
say.
fine.
No. She's saying that she likes the fact that you said a pile of garbage to attack someone.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's me. No, I'm kidding. We're like
no.
no.
I don't
it's-
accept that statement.
There's a really funny
Rewind
image
that time.
of it was a dumpster garden. It was like a little dumpster with a garden coming out of it. And I was like, yeah, I have a dumpster garden.
I do like the words dumpster garden, but I
Yes.
still don't accept your statement.
Oh, rude. Okay. Anyway, I am going to take a healing potion as a bonus action. Yes, 5 points of healing. Let me add that. Hold on a sec. Math. I'm no longer bloodied. Okay. And then I'm gonna stand up from prone, so that's half my movement. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast this dude. Eat shit, skeleton. I did
Get
target
him.
someone.
You have a bunch
Oh,
of
the far one?
things on
Gotcha.
you still.
Mhm. Oh
let me
yeah,
get
I
rid of
think
those.
it's still saying I'm prone, so maybe.
Blinded.
There we go. I
Might be.
destroyed those ones.
You must target at most one token. I am targeting a token.
Oh, you're also selecting yourself.
Oh, that's why. Lol. Okay. Anyway, check. Normie. Oh darn! Does a 13 hit?
13 hits.
Perfect. 9 damage.
9 damage. Let me make sure everything is adding properly from the previous edit. No, that looks good. Great. Just charging back, loosing that blast, slams into the creature. Not quite the same impact as the previous one, but they are bloodied.
Mm-hmm. 5, 10.
Done. Paka.
There's a tree now. I don't know.
He moves back.
As Paka, I can hear him struggling on the other side, right?
He grabs onto. He's literally just dove into trees twice. So as he moves back, he grabs onto Matilda and is like, "We gotta jump!" Runs and just like as he's holding onto your arm, jumps and just goes to grab onto the tree. Vincent, you're looking right at him, and he just kind of like flubs and slams into the ground, and just stares up it from the inside. And he's like,
I always wondered what they look like on the inside.
just begins to stare up through the tree.
Oh no.
Killian. That's literally Paka's turn.
All right. Let me double check the maximum distance of my gun. 120 feet, you say. To shreds, you say. All right. Well, Killian is going to take careful aim. And hopefully, with disadvantage, hit this Skelly boy. Absolutely not.
Ooh, that's one of those bad things. I think you aim the gun, you prepare, but Bladebeak kind of at this time has just finished smushing the ground, raises the head, and you kind of offset slightly, shooting the gun down. It slams into the stone wall and looses debris. Down to the south, in this small alcove that you have vision over right now, as the stone flies in, blunk, lands in the well off to the side, and you see a small hand pull itself out of the well, walking through, and another knoll kind of just pull itself out. Both get a perception check to attempt to see what it was that caused this. And both of them continue just wandering aimlessly down in that little area.
All right.
The skeleton is unharmed.
Yeah, Killian just kind of like directs Bladebeak to move this way to right here. Whoops, I'm still on ruler.
Which area? You have seen Paka move through, so it's pretty much completely. You can see straight through the tree.
Yeah, I feel like I also saw Vincent conjure
That's true.
the tree. Bladebeak will just take the dodge action.
Sweet. And Jojo, you are up.
Attack! I'm a barbarian. Reckless. As a 21
Tell me what
to
happens.
hit. Okay. What happens? I think like the vibrating weapon, as she brings it from head to toe, it just like scatters the bone all across, and it just goes, and you hear it like tinkle.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, it just like spreads across the floor, and this like comic like just scatters.
Sick. As the bones just tear through. Go ahead and roll insight.
Insight. So insightful. Normal.
You look down at the bones, and for a brief moment you feel as though the bones are trying to tell you something. As the chaos that is just these scattered pieces almost like attempt to augur the future, but it's just too much in this moment for you to attempt to pull through. And then the bones begin to fall down the steps, and the comic nature of the bones continuing to bounce just comes to rest before they fleck away.
Damn, I need to go talk to Arjun now.
And at current, you guys are out of combat, technically. This figure down south, Vincent, who had just thrown a large stone at you,
Did it
stands
feel like
just
you missed
poised.
him on purpose, or like how you said it flew through Vincent, like it was fake?
No, it was a real stone, slammed
No,
into the wall
it just
behind.
missed.
Just missed. But as he stands to the south, he currently blocks passage that way. Looks rather fierce. And you guys currently find yourselves here. The archer to the north still kind of just standing and ready. You have a bit of safety at this moment in this area.
Okay. Vincent will shamble over to. Oh, we're still in turn order, right? Or we're out of turn order. I was confused.
You're out of turn order.
Okay, so Vincent will shamble over to Jojo and the rest of the group. Like we're all kind of grouping up in the corner, and he'll be like, "We have a friend down the alleyway. He seems interesting. Maybe a mid boss or something. I don't know if we still want to take him on or get him."
We want to go through this gate, right? We saw. Hang on, I gotta lift this up before I lose my rage. She lifts it up.
Before everyone like moves across line of sight, though, because that guy might throw more stones, Vincent's gonna cast another minor illusion there of like just a wall that rises up 5 feet and covers it.
Okay, the previous one disappears, the new one appears.
Nope,
And Jojo, go ahead and
not.
roll athletics.
Oh,
The
sorry,
other
this was
one-
a saving throw. So instead of a +6, it's a +4. So take 2 from that. So 23.
23. Place your hands down. You attempt to lift this metal gate, but it is stuck fast.
Oh, hey, Paka, Bloybeak, can I help?
Paka in my pack. There should be a crowbar. It might help in this case.
Paka grabs a crowbar and begins to move through, but as he looks at this massive metal gate that is like a gatehouse, stuck down into the stone, he holds a crowbar and feels a bit like this is an impossible task for a crowbar.
Kill,
However,
is
let me just go back for a second. Vincent, you'd said you'd placed down a minor illusion. Where was that?
Yes.
And how was that?
Do not see it. It should be here. Also, the other one stays up. It's not concentration.
Not concentration. Cool. I'll put
They
this
just
back
last
here.
for a minute. So every minute, if this one will last for like a minute. After a while, it can disappear, and then if he'll try to keep this one up every minute, he'll recast it.
What is your new minor illusion? Is it also a tree?
It's a wall.
A wall? I don't think I have those, but I will take a look. Meantime, Jojo, please return to what you were saying.
Hey, Kel, do you see like a way to open up this gate?
How tall is the gate?
The gate itself goes up about 15 feet, and the wall continues up to 25 feet.
Okay.
Can Killian and I combine our very smart brains and try to figure out how to make this gate get the fuck open?
You may both roll investigation, or one of you can roll investigation with advantage if you wish.
I could help one of them too. I also have proficiency investigation.
I've got
Yeah.
a +5.
I have a +4, but I will also give you guidance. And then
Okay.
Jojo will give you advantage
Nice.
for help.
I think
Guidance
with
is 1d4.
That's true.
Oh, +4. Yeah, sorry, D4.
Yeah.
24.
Nice.
4.
Math meme!
Man, we have a lot of good investigation scores in this party. Jojo's is also a
Yes.
+4.
Your wall, Vincent, is a backpack.
Nice.
It looks like a wall.
It looks very much like a wall, but someone took like a rolled up pack and then just stretched it downward.
Oh, I wanted to like
Uh,
mesh with the stone. It's like
Yeah, there's a stone wall with like a little
Yeah.
bit of a copper roof, or a ceramic roof on the top. And okay, investigation. With the 24 investigation, utilizing this magical guidance and the aid of your allies, Killian, you look at like the mechanisms that seem to hold it in place around on this wall. Like it leads through, and the wall continues all the way around. to the rear side of the city, you see this bridge continues quite a ways to the west and kind of slopes around and up towards a cathedral in the distance. And then that cathedral itself somewhat like just destroyed as you're attempting to take a look. You can see that there are roving bands of these undead that are kind of moving down through. It looks as though they were spearmen in some kind of army. And then they stop at about 100 feet from the gate, turn around, and begin to march back. As you attempt to discern where these mechanisms might be controlled from, all you can really determine is that they seem to be controlled remotely.
Okay. And as I like peer through, I don't see like there's like a little lever on the other side or anything like that.
There does not seem to be a lever in the area.
Okay.
As you, with a 24 investigation, I would say that like there is a large gatehouse to the northeast, and to the west, there doesn't seem to be any like room or any kind of strong mechanism that would allow for this to be something controlled by something nearby. In this area, you discern
Gotcha.
that perhaps it might be able to be controlled by the gatehouse to the north.
Okay. I will relay that wealth of information, because I'm not sure how Killian would say all of that, but you all glean the same information that Killian has.
Okay.
So, Jojo, you don't think you can get through it, correct?
I mean, I could slam it with the sword. I mean, my rage just ended. And
More like lifting it, but sure.
it's easier when I'm raging, but I'm assuming we need to get to the cathedral, considering all the bell stuff we've been hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another way around there, or is this gate the best way for us to go?
Well, the city seems to be quite a bit bigger than I assumed. There's always north, but
I think our best bet's going over there and just letting our artificer at it.
Over where?
In the house you told us the mechanism was over there.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but that just kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay.
Well, to be on guard, there's probably more stuff around. I expect every building to be full with them.
Should
Trying to
we?
be quiet.
There's this door right here, and she just like points, like right above us. Oops, I didn't mean to open it. Should we? I mean, Matilda's not looking very good.
Yeah.
I can say this as well. With your guys' passive perceptions, as the ash finally begins to fleck away from all of these creatures, returns, it flies upwards in small columns back to the dungeon itself. You see, left in the wake, as Pekka has like scooped up everything that the creatures have dropped, Pekka produces a small rusted key, and another key with an insignia of an owl on it. He says,
Also, they dropped these.
Is there
Nice.
a key? There's no key on the gate, right?
there's no key on the gate. It's a large gate that has like a building gatehouse.
From what I know about the dungeon, though, if we rest, those guys will just come back. So we just need to be aware of that.
You didn't hear it because of noise gate, but I cooed as a metagaming pigeon because last session you saw a door with an owl on it, and we have an owl key, so I'm pretty sure we can open the owl door.
Yeah.
Which is down where the garbage man is. I believe.
I know it's south. Vincent was the only one who saw that door, so he would know it was south and near the entrance, which would be more south. We have no idea exactly where it is, though, compared to like where we are in the city.
Would we have seen it when we were like on this bridge here?
Vincent, you would have seen through the area, so you would have an idea that the doorway that you saw previously was right here, if you can see where I'm
Okay.
currently pointing.
I just didn't know if like this wagon or whatever blocking everything kind of looks the samey. But yeah, he'll let you know it's south. But so is the night. And
Yeah.
probably about 4 to 6 archers on the walls right next to it. So this is good. It's not going to disappear on us. We can always come back to this part of the floor later. If we need
Yeah.
to.
Was there a door over here? I don't know if you can see my marker. My color's a little dark.
There was no door that you could see there. From your guys' vantage point on the bridge, you couldn't really see any doors. I can post.
Oh, one like way off in the distance over here, but that was about it.
Give me 1 sec. There was a door here. In the far distance, you saw a staircase here. Let me know if you guys are seeing these or if
Yep.
Perfect. There is a door directly to the north of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a door off to... Let me see if you had visibility on it. Yes, there was a door far to the south, down here, past where the garbage man is. And there was one more door right here, where you guys had actually actively seen into the home that had been ruined on the right side there. So quite a few pathways.
We can see if there's another way around or head towards the tower if you want. But yeah, resting is tricky. Yeah. Everything's just gonna come back if we do it.
We want to go back in this house and see if there's a way to circumvent the wall. A lot of times they put fail-safes in basements and tunnels and stuff.
Looking up, is there any buildings that go up near where the wall is? Like we could almost crawl over it then?
Attempting to go over the wall. The wall far exceeds the roof of the buildings themselves.
Okay.
The buildings right now are like you could actually potentially climb up relatively easily onto this building, because you're 15 feet up. They're like, they're about 20 feet up. This wall just kind of raises up and has a large overhang, so that climbing up it without like a ladder would be near impossible.
What about a grapple? Like if we I have
You can certainly try.
and then throw a rope over and then climb up it.
You can certainly try.
Would you guys want to try that?
I mean, the whole reason that we're here is to try to chase after Astrid, but like, I didn't see her when I poked, when I peeked through the gate. We kind of got mired down by those enemies.
Sam, did you say that when we turned the corner, we all saw Astrid run through
No,
the gate?
Killian saw Astrid, but she was running full tilt. Every
Okay.
round she was running in this pathway.
Well, let's just investigate then. If things get too hairy, we can always pop out of here with the trick room.
Okay.
As my pom pom and mama Mel's notes, if we go in this house and set up camp, we might be able to wait out until we see her again, and then do the illusion, and then follow her properly.
If that is always an option for sure, but like I said, if we wait, these things will come back. They respawn. So,
But
so
then
good
we'd be
to do
back
that.
to-
Then, sorry,
I mean,
Jojo?
if we keep trying to go, I'm completely out of spells. Which is, I mean, for the most part, I'm fine. I can still, I have this, and she just like hoists her gun, and this, and taps Blade Beak. But how are the rest of you doing?
I have. Oh,
I've got one rage left in me.
I've got most of my arsenal. To be honest, I'm down a couple arrows, and 1 or 2 spell slots, but I'm good to go. It's just undead aren't my specialty. I prefer the living.
I have better audience.
I like the idea of trying to rest, and then if something goes wrong, we just trick rope out of here.
As you guys are having
Okay.
this conversation in the open, those soldiers on the other side that have been marching up and down take a glance down towards you.
Oh, where
You can
I
see
thought they were
the-
on the other side of the gate.
They are, but the gate is metal bars. So you guys
Oh.
having a conversation on the other
Oh,
side of it,
shoot.
those soldiers that are marching down stop for a moment, and you hear as they lower their spears and begin to
Yeah.
move their way towards the gate.
Could we have changed how we have done this? Because I was inferring that this was like a wooden, fully no one could see through it kind of gate.
Nope, you guys were able to see through it
I was able to see them.
all the way through to the
Oh.
other side.
I just also don't like Killian doesn't consider them a threat because they're on the other side of
Yeah.
the wall.
Oh, okay. I
Long
had no
spears,
idea.
but they would have to open the gate, which would solve your problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst case scenario. Whether or not they have ranged weaponry is the scary part. But
Hey,
Matilda,
Matilda.
as you stand in front of this door as well, just to give this, with your perception, you can see that the door itself looks like it had been, like, it's heavily worn at the hinges, which with your passive investigation infers that people have come and gone through this door, like, hundreds of times. And you see on it is a large rusted padlock.
Matilda, do you mind if we let Jojo bust down, or like not bust down, but be the first one through the door in case something jumps out?
Yeah, I was more looking. The door looks like lots of people have come through it, but there is a padlock.
Maybe one of the keys Paca picked up might be useful.
Paca lifts up the rusted key and the owl key.
The rusted one.
He says,
To be honest, I think this could be either one. It's really just a throw over this one.
Thanks. Jojo will take the key and go try it on the padlock.
Can I keep the owl one?
Yeah, hold on to it for now.
Yes.
Sold
I would like, I mean, owls to me mean libraries, so I'd love to go check out that building.
You place the key in the bottom of the padlock and just pops open. The doorway itself literally just slowly begins to swing completely loosely on its hinges, and you see on the inside an abandoned camp of sorts. There are two small bedrolls that have been laid out, covered in blood that seems to have been dried for years, at the very least, but stained deeply, and several different bedrolls and packs that are currently set off to the side. Above you, you see two mannequins wearing these kind of old Gothic dresses. A just completely destroyed piano that is being used, kind of just like thrown back into the corner of the wall, and just some pieces of destroyed rooftop and wall pieces that are made for a quick use barricade.
Jojo's just gonna take a walk around, making sure that the area is safe, no traps or nothing.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Vincent will gesture for everyone to head inside first
30, 20.
because he needs to keep his spell up until everyone is out of line of sight.
You all continue into the home. Paca does so as well. Well, Jojo, you investigate the area. It seems safe. As far as you can tell, there are no traps within the area. And as you are investigating, you take note that with a 20 investigation, there are two false walls in this area, both of which have kind of been loosely and somewhat lazily placed to the left.
Oh,
You see you kind of like just, as you shuffle it aside, requires virtually no effort, just hidden in this location beyond these two mannequins. You pop it open, you find an old chest, and to the north, you find a very clean location with a wall that is removable and easily replaceable to be a potential hiding spot in case of emergency,
oh, nice.
but only big enough for two.
There's a chest over here. Do we want to pop this thing open?
Make sure it's not trapped first. Is everyone good inside? I'm gonna pop in and
Yeah.
take down my wall of illusions.
I think we should barricade the door.
Yeah, that sounds good. With the piano.
Mm-hmm.
The chest
Uh,
could be trapped.
You want me to check it first?
I can do it. Killian just kind of like looks at the two mannequins in the old dresses. Should we move these?
They might also be trapped. You never know what's up someone's skirt sometimes.
Okay. Do I need to make like a dex check to like squeeze past the dresses without touching them?
Attempting to shuffle past without touching, please roll dexterity.
Guidance!
You are guided.
All right.
Nice.
2 on the d4 with a natural 20. You just kind of make your way to the other side deftly. You have like this worry on your face. You're like, okay, vroom. Move like a ninja to the other side. And it's just like, oh, where did all that worry come from? You enter into this kind of small chamber, and you now look at this old chest covered in cobwebs.
I'm going to investigate it.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
As part of my investigation, I'd like to just kind of like look around the chest, see if there's any like blood stains or like drool, anything like that.
With a 17 investigation, you look and you notice that there is a small chain that is not perfectly attached to the bottom of the chest itself. Kind of coils around and comes to an end. But as you kind of get a little bit closer and begin to listen, You can hear the faintest bit of like a movement of liquid on the inside of the chest. And you can feel a little bit of air kind of like puffing at you in very short bursts.
Like breathing?
Like breathing.
I think we can. I'm gonna disengage with goblin nimbleness, and retreat back through. I don't think it's a chest.
What is it?
It's a thing.
It's a thing, is it?
Like it's a monster.
Vincent's gonna try and cast a message towards it.
Does Jojo know of mimics?
Roll Arcana. And Vincent, as you cast message towards this chest.
I do. How
spell
do
fails.
I know?
You know so much about mimics. I don't know if mimics was like your thesis study, but you know virtually like the common nature of the mimic. Well, one thing that you actually note that is very funny is that the idea of a common mimic, which is literally called the common mimic, is actually the rare form of mimic, which is one that is unintelligent and aggressive. Typically, the mimic is rather intelligent and is capable of forming various different locations like this. It can form its body into various different kinds of natural pieces like metal and wood and stone, and can form itself into just about any shape that might be useful for it, so long as it can hide within those.
Jojo goes into like
prerequisites.
lecturing, like an academic, just being like, "Oh man, this thing's really interesting." And just starts lecturing off all of her knowledge about mimics until someone stops her.
And in the
Jojo's-
meantime, Vincent, as you had cast message towards the chest, the spell fails. The target is not valid.
Yeah, I noticed that, and then Jojo goes off about her lecture, and then there's a hole that through like the thing. That's what Killian felt the breathing from, right? There's an opening?
There's like it was coming from inside the chest. The chest itself, the roof, the lid of it was not perfectly tight to the base, so there's just a little bit of air.
Yeah, he'll cast as long as there is an opening. He doesn't need to know the creature that's in it. If that's the only stipulation to cast through objects, he will send message to whatever is inside of it using that opening, sending the message through there.
You send a message, and you
I will
connect.
say- do you want me to say what is in the message, or?
I'll say this: the spell connects into something. You do not. Yes, you may now say the message.
I'll say it in common, and it'll just be, if you're in there and you don't wish to, be dissected if we open up the chest, please respond in a kindly manner.
You do not receive a 1,000-fold tone. You receive.
Fine.
I'll look towards Jojo, who I'm assuming is still kind of going off on her lecture, and be like,
Yeah.
it's definitely not a mimic though, sweetheart. It's they just talk. There's someone in the chest.
Ah,
With me.
lame.
Oh, Vincent, why did you interrupt? Like Vincent was like raptly staring and listening.
Well, I figured that we could always spend more time doing this some other time.
Yeah, I'll tell you
We have a
about it.
guest, so I'd like to greet them properly. Do you feel free to come out? He'll say this out loud.
The top of the chest slowly just begins to open, and you see these two just piercing solid black eyes and this like bright red skin, small pointed ears that just stares out towards you, clutching something into its arms. And as it slowly opens the chest, you see it has a very large and very ornate looking potion of healing in one hand, and another potion in the other that's kind of letting out this just puff of oxygen as he just like takes the cork and stuffs it down as hard as he can and holds it. Just like small bag of gold on his back as well, and it just looks towards you and is like,
Are you some sort of mule or adventurer? You don't have the same characteristics of most of the monsters in the dungeon.
roll Arcana. Actually, everyone can roll Arcana in this instance.
Another natty 20, please.
They kind of look like.
I got greedy. It's 11.
I'm gonna guide myself.
Also, Matilda and Vincent can both roll this with advantage.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Not that it's gonna
All
help
right,
me.
and then
18 this time.
16.
Oh, sorry, that was Matilda and Vincent.
Oh,
Sorry if
apologies.
I said JoJo.
it's fine.
Matilda, did I roll a 7 both times?
You sure did.
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Plus 2, so 9.
9. Matilda, you can tell this is some kind of a fiendish or demonic entity, but Vincent, you recognize this creature as an imp.
Oh, right
as it is
away.
currently just looting this small chest. It looks towards you and says,
My master will return at any given time. Do not let him find you within his place of respite.
Vincent will immediately look at this thing and be like, and he'll switch to Infernal and be like, your master and me need to have a talk then.
He likes talking. I don't.
slowly just begins to close the chest.
And Vincent will walk over a little closer. Why don't you
And-
come out?
Do you want me to move, or are you just talking over Killian's head?
I'm a skeleton too, by the way. My disguise self, I don't know if I can take it off or not because I don't have dispel magic. It lasts an hour, so it's just a skeleton talking in infernal over top of a golem to an imp.
I like how as soon as things dropped too, you went back to your normal Vincent demeanor. And you're just a skeleton sitting there, just like jaw moving, but you're like,
Well, anyone who can like know that it's a disguise sees me underneath it. It's like a faintly ghostly image.
Hmm.
So I don't know if the imp's caught on yet.
The chest has closed, and it currently is not responding to you as you call out to it once more.
Well, okay. Vincent will switch back to common and just be like, well, this guy doesn't feel like chatting too much. He seems to be waiting for his master of some sort, but
What
if we want to, we could just put him out of his misery. I'm sure him and his master might cause us some issues.
The chest flings open, but nothing else.
As it flings open, can Killian rush forward and close the door?
As you rush forward, go ahead and roll a dexterity contest.
Isn't the door already shut?
Maybe.
So your natural 20 is pretty good, but it does not beat their natural 1. As you run forward, you take advantage of this. You slam the wood down, and as you are, you just feel a massive impact slam into the wood, and then you just throw it in as the imp, who is currently invisible, just slams into the wall, and you manage to lock it back in place, slide it over so that it's once again sturdy, and you just place it down so it looks like it's just a wall. And then you can just hear like on the inside of the wall as these tiny little imp fingers scratch at the wood.
What does Vincent know about imps?
What does Vincent know about imps?
He has a soul of one
Can Jojo move
on
the
one of
piano
his charms.
while this
in a
is
bottle.
happening
Jojo, you want to move the piano?
to blockade the door?
I feel like it's gonna make a lot of noise if I move it.
I don't know if noise is necessarily something that matters,
Really
too
matters.
much, but
Okay, I can do that. Can I do that?
Guys-
I'd say it's just a matter of time here. Go ahead and roll a athletics check because it's just a matter of moving it quietly. And then let's see just how long it takes you to accomplish this quietly.
Can I
Guidance!
get help from Paka?
Guidance!
Paka is not actually proficient in athletics.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. Acrobatics, insight, perception, and stealth.
Killian, what was it? What were you saying, dear?
You said he has a master?
Yes. That's what he says.
Doesn't that mean that the master could have been the person who was pretending to be Sealin? Maybe the imp was the one that dropped the marble in the kitchen.
Good, then we can kill him.
Well, there was sort of some contraption on the ceiling, but this does beg to differ that he could have definitely had one of these.
Are we even able to find other adventurers in the dungeon when we enter?
Yeah, you are. It's a low possibility
A
though.
low possibility.
It's a very, very low possibility.
Also, he could have just been left here. Vincent will yell out, you don't mean, or, yeah, sorry. If you don't want to talk, that's fine, but if you work with us, we don't have to be enemies.
You hear silence for a moment. One thing you, from your previous, like, what do I know about imps? From your Arcana check, which was 16, relatively good. The nature of these creatures is that they are fiendish, they are tricksters, often employed into the service of people who are much stronger, but they are evil just by nature. They are creations of evil magic. This imp they are selfish, they are deceptive. These creatures are just never good news, really, in this instance. From the hells, and often taken and moved into the abyss, these creatures they've seen terrible things as planeswalkers. As you call out to the creature, it says,
Very well. My master has not returned for a time. I was bid wait. But honestly, if they are already dead, I would be better off on my own.
They might be. There was quite a few enemies outside we had to get through to get here.
How long have you been waiting?
roll a group persuasion check.
I don't think very long. The door looks like it sees a lot of people.
No more than a week or so.
Well, a week in the dungeon could easily kill someone, so he's probably dead. Or she.
What'd they look like? Maybe we've seen them.
Very thin, young, black robe with a scar across one eye. Very noticeable.
We recognize that at all?
I would say no. It's not someone that comes across your mind.
Not even a customer at one of my parents' shops?
No.
Lame.
Okay.
I can help you if you wish. For now and for a price. And then I leave. Have you the ropes?
What is your price and how are you willing to help us, dear?
I want safe passage. I can fly and remain unseen. I am very useful.
You want us to get you out of the dungeon? You don't have a trick rope, huh?
No, I don't.
Can I insight check?
Go
What do you
ahead and roll
say?
insight.
These guys usually lie out their teeth, so I'm not saying this out loud. 13. It's not the best.
13. I mean, they seem. You know that they are unnaturally deceptive, but he doesn't seem to be lying, which means he's either incredibly lying or not lying.
Nice.
Yeah,
No
you just
idea.
you don't gain any insight, basically.
He looks like Faust, so be careful.
It's good to know that you have an imp in your service, Matilda.
Well, I wouldn't say service. That implies that they listen to me.
You might want to hurry and make up your mind. The creatures will be here soon.
Yes, that's why we're going to barricade the door.
You just hear.
I'm assuming the creature's route is through this room. They come and go as they please.
You've noticed the dried blood, yes?
It's a little hard to miss, sweetheart.
You can try to rest here, but it's a fool's errand. You are dooming yourself to death.
he'll kind of look around to the group and gauge everyone's responses on that. Because Vincent's totally fine not staying here.
Leon looks more nervous than usual, which is a feat and a half.
That door was pretty well used. Jojo, Matilda, Killian, maybe we should try to find somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that I really want to listen to this individual.
I don't
But,
believe them. I really don't. I'd look at the blood. I want to see how old it is.
Roll medicine. Because do you also have insight proficiency? Or I mean, investigation
Medicine?
proficiency?
I do have investigation and medicine proficiency.
You can roll with this with advantage.
I'll guide myself. Ah! Said that before I knew the number.
There's no, I don't know if there's a specification on guidance for that, so it's more Adrian that's ruling on that.
Typically, it states when you can before or after the outcome, but we have not said the outcome, so I'm totally cool with it. That is a 22.
Mhm.
As you sit down and you begin to investigate the bloodstains on these old camp bedrolls, it seems as though, from what you can tell, these have pooled specifically in locations. There are some that have pooled like in the shape of someone's lower back. It seems like these were not wounds from battle or ambush, but these bloodstains are there from self-inflicted surgery. Something like maybe someone was hit by something and needed to attempt to remove it, but the blood does not seem basically nefarious to you in your expertise.
Yeah, it looks like someone was doing first aid, and it either went really poorly or really well, but we can't tell.
And it also looks like it went, just based on the locations of the blood and the distance that it traveled, it seemed like that surgery went on probably a while, which means that these people were likely safe here for a long time.
Or they were dismembered.
One way or the other, it took
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Well, he's lying. This blood is not from attack. It's from medical attention. So you are completely full of shit, little red person, and I think you should shut up. I would like you to please barricade the door. I think we are very safe here. They were able to stay here for a very long time. It looked like the procedure they were doing required a lot of care and a lot of attention, and they wouldn't have been able to do it very quickly.
Like on the inside of the door, you just hear,
Well, can't blame an imp for trying. I didn't expect fucking Von Frobis to be here.
Vincent just smirks in Matilda's direction. I'll send a message to her and he'll be like, thank you for that. I don't
Yes.
really prefer to be taken advantage of.
Oh, it's an imp. They always do that.
I know, but
I think the imp says,
If you don't like it, it shouldn't be so easy.
I'm sending a message to Matilda when I say
oh, my bad. The imp does not say that then.
well, we might as well set camp up here. Jojo, continue moving your piano if you wish.
Okay.
Sounds better than if you were playing it, I imagine.
As you just quietly pull the piano over, and the imp just
That's
continues to
probably
sling
accurate.
insults towards you guys.
Your voice is very grating.
I thank you.
Just basically, you can hear like it's placed his face up against the wall and is now just actively trying to be annoying. But as you guys sit down and you begin to barricade and bunk this area, you can hear the of the soldiers. You hear
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
and the sound of metal hitting metal as the spears kind of just almost
to
like
get through the gate.
well, we saw them, so we got to stab, and they're basically just stabbing through the gate before they eventually descend back into the distance. You all sit down and find abject safety in this area for a time, and that is where we will end this episode. We are going on break, and we will see you all next time in the Dragonleaf.
see Simon
Thanks for
Tilda.
coming.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.